All right, the Browns getting ready to face the Bills in Buffalo tonight. Now we go to the field pass. Everything you need to know. Brady Quinn, start number 2, Tom. He had 10 days to prepare for it.
Well, Boom, you saw the numbers on him earlier, and everything he's done in that one start, the numbers are a little bit better or equal to what Derek Anderson's done. Just about prototypical size-wise, throws a nice tight ball, and I think as he begins to get the starts, you're going to see them open up the playbook for him. We may find out tonight exactly what Brady Quinn is capable of.
Okay, Merrill, Trent Edwards has had 7 turnovers in his last 3 games. He admits he didn't do a good job of recognizing the defense. How do you think he'll do tonight?
Well, when you look at the 5 wins, Susie, what he did so well is he made good decisions and he was accurate. But the thing that stood out is late in the game, he made excellent throws at critical times in the game. Tonight, that's what he has to do, get back to what he did when they won 5. Good decisions, accuracy, and big-time throws late in the game.
And then Marshawn Lynch has yet to hit 100 yards a game this season, but his teammates still say they feed off of his toughness. What do you think he does tonight?
Well, obviously he's going to bring some energy, and his teammates are looking for that to happen. But he's only had 1 game this season with over 20 carries. And so offensive coordinator Kirk Schoner must get him involved in the game. And that is running him early, running him often, and making sure that he can close the game at the end of the day and allowing Trent Edwards the opportunity to feed off that running game.
All right, Emmett, let's go back to the Browns, who, remember, they're the only team to beat the New York Giants this year. And Braylon Edwards, Chris, had a big game. It was on a Monday night. He caught everything. It's Monday night again.
It's Monday night, and a great opportunity for Braylon. As Emmett said before, not the only other player going into this game in a slump. Marshawn Lynch, not off to a fast start that they expected. And the people in Cleveland were expecting great things from Braylon Edwards this year. It's well documented as far as his drops. Everyone's talking about his hands. It boils down to concentration. This guy is still a mega star in the National Football League.
Well, it was supposed to be great guns, Chris, and Coach, with Braylon Edwards and Kellen Winslow. He's obviously got the talent.
Well, you talk about a guy that passes the eye test right here. You know, he has the size, the speed, the hands. And let me tell you something now. He has all the tangibles. Going to find out if he has the intangibles that he can be one of the great ones.
That was pretty good.
I think so.
I think so. Hall of Famer. Well, Lee Evans has endured some double coverage this year. Do you believe he can be one of the best receivers in the league?
Well, certainly he was on that track to doing that. You know, he has speed to burn. I mean, he can flat out fly. He's averaging 18 yards a catch, which is the biggest number in the AFC so far. But Trent Edwards has to give him help. He has to help Trent Edwards. He has to continue the progress. He's a young receiver still. He's a young receiver, but I like what he's doing so far, and he can have a big game tonight against that Cleveland secondary.
Each team has a big guy in the middle of their defensive line, Marcus Stroud, Buffalo, and then big Shaun Rogers, Tommy, for the Browns.
Well, every defensive line needs an anchor, and Shaun Rogers is listed at 6'4", 350 pounds. You see the way he can also get the sacks. He's quicker off the ball than that size would indicate. He's the kind of guy who can dominate the entire offensive line.
Monday Night Football in Buffalo, always special. They gave us a great show last year against Dallas. Will some home cooking inspire the Bills to a win? Our picks coming up.
You are watching Monday Night Countdown, delivered by UPS.
All right, Express options. But what if there was only one thing on TV? Now, what if the same thing were true with Express shipping? No options. There. Well, with UPS, you have the options to control the speed and the cost. You can send it 2 days, by 3 tomorrow, even the same day. It's whatever speed you need. It's not just options, it's Express options with UPS. Now, where'd I put that remote?
America's biggest automobile company and its dealers want to help get you the loan you need. It's General Motors financing that fits, offering access to millions of dollars and hundreds of lenders to help get you behind the wheel. It's our way of putting you and America in the driver's seat. During the red tag event, the price on the tag is the price you pay. Get it on clip for $32,446 for a total value of $2,419. See your local Buick, Pontiac, GMC dealer.
Monday, the day you're once again reminded the customer is always right. Despite all evidence to the contrary.
Excuse me, where's aisle 8?
It means another 5 days of Murphy being right about things going wrong. But with Monday comes Monday Night Football on ESPN, where Brady Quinn and the Browns take on Trent Edwards and the Bills. So suck it up, sonny boy. On Monday nights, you're the only customer we care about.
I'm Alden Mills, former U.S. Navy SEAL and inventor of the perfect push-up. As a Navy SEAL platoon commander, I learned how to move fast and travel light. We wanted to create a new perfect push-up that could go anywhere. So we invented this. It's amazing.
Introducing the Perfect Push-Up Mobile Unit. It's less than 2 inches thick when stowed, but transforms into a perfect push-up and gives you the power of rotation to get ripped fast. It's a masterpiece of engineering and design. The Perfect Push-Up Mobile Unit goes anywhere. A suitcase, a briefcase, a book bag, a backpack.
Now you can use the power of the push-up to get ripped anywhere.
So here's the deal. The Perfect Push-Up Mobile Unit is only 2 payments of $29.95. When you order, you'll receive a pair of Perfect Push-Up Mobile Unit rotational handles and a set of laminated workout cards. Call now and we'll throw in this rugged padded travel case free. Get big arms, a ripped chest, and cut abs anywhere. Call now for your Perfect Push-Up Mobile Unit.
Monday Night Countdown, delivered by UPS. What can Brown do for you? And in part by the GMC Sierra, the official vehicle of the NFL. Watch SportsCenter after the game for the GMC Sierra Defensive Player of the Week nominees.
Monday night! Here we go! After what's been coming out of Dallas the last month, I'm very, very encouraged to see this team. We're trying to win. There's no style points.
They won a football game that they had to win.
You can tell that the sense of urgency is there.
Going undefeated in the regular season, what does that get you in the long run?
It becomes problematic to go undefeated.
You go to your starters and say, I'm going to sit you. They will not sit.
That's correct.
They don't want to. They want to play.
We're fighting for inches, and now we're talking about we don't know what the rules are?
How is it that you don't know?
If you don't prepare, you prepare to fail.
We're prepared for Saturday night at 8 Eastern on ABC. Second-ranked Texas Tech Ordinary taking on fifth-ranked Oklahoma, the Boomer Sooners. Red Raiders can clinch a spot in the Big 10, Big 12 championship game with a win. Lead pipe lock standings, kind of like a lot of divisions. Everyone's in it. Steve and Chris, Emmett, 6-4, hanging at 500, and everyone's alive. Stuart and Steve, of course, are not with us tonight. They both pick the Bills. Now, Emmett, you and the Cowboys killed the Bills in the Schwam back in the day. You're in Buffalo. Time for a make good. Who do you like?
All right, boom. Susan and Merrill split on this. I'm going with Marshawn Lynch and the Buffalo Bills tonight. Coach Dicker, tell me what you think.
Well, I tell you what I think. It's either now or never. I got to go with the Buffalo Bills. If they're going to make a run, it's got to be now.
I'm staying away from you at 3-7. I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm just going to jump. I'm going to Cleveland. I'm going to try to jump over it because, man, 3-7.
You think you get paid for this?
I just got out the league. I just got out the league. Sad.
It's common knowledge that Buffalo is really good on Monday night. I'm going to take the Bills at that.
Well, because the entire city will take this game to heart. They get so excited about Monday Night Football. I think the team will as well. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills.
Well, after very careful study of both factors,
yeah, right.
I decided it was personally too tough to call alone. So I enlisted the help of a Hall of Fame quarterback who might have some interest in the game.
All right.
These big guys know it, and we do too. No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
And the Swami.
Good. What a surprise. Jim and I outside a bar. It's a whole nother story.
Oh,
Bills 24, Cleveland 16 in a Great Lakes battle, a Lake Erie battle that Gordon Lightfoot would have loved. Well, what about red state, blue state breakdown? The presidential election is over, but let's see. Ohio Browns. Is that it?
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
And me.
You're undecided, Hawaii. Still early out there, though, brah. You know, okay? It's still very early out there. So, I mean, look, I think we're going to get a good show tonight. I mean, the teams, I think we're going to have some offense. I think it's going to be fun. And by the way, Cribbs returning for Cleveland. Roscoe Parrish returning for the Bills along with McKelvin. Excellent special team.
Yes,
return.
right. Could be the best part of the game, the special team.
Just give me hope. I just need hope.
Roscoe Parrish could take one to the crib.
To the crib.
To the crib for you.
Cribb could take one to the,
Well, we know.
Parrish.
Yeah.
Tommy, another curveball in tonight. I mean, I think Brady Quinn, only a second start.
Yeah, they've got him reading half the football field and spreading things out for him. But I think, again, he's a smart kid. I think you start giving him more and more every single week. He played awfully well against the Broncos in that first start. Even though losing effort, we were all had him under the magnifying glass. We wanted to see how he was going to play. Played awfully well.
It always helps, Coach, you know this as a wide receiver and key. It always helps if you can have guys who can make some
catch the ball.
And Romeo,
some ordinary plays.
Romeo Cornell's coaching this division, so hopefully that helps us a little bit.
In my next life, I want the job as Brady Quinn's agent, because that guy's going to make a lot of money.
It's been a lot of fun. For all the fellas, I'm Chris Berman. We'll see you at prime time at halftime for the fastest 3 minutes. Now, Ralph Wilson Stadium, packed to capacity, 73,000. The Bills host Brady Quinn of the Browns Monday Night Football. Here's Mike Tirico.
And Chris, thank you. They're finding any way to stay warm. One thing that warms the heart of Western New York. Monday Night Football from Buffalo. Now is the time for Cleveland's quarterback of the future. Can the Browns' other stars rally around Brady and save their season? The season began with great promise in Western New York, and now it's reached a crossroads. Can the Bills' best stop their slide? We welcome you to ESPN's Monday Night Football launch, engineered by the GMC Sierra. Feels like it's in the low 20s, and that's just fine to these folks. Welcome to football country. Welcome to Buffalo and Monday Night Football. We say hello, Browns and Bills, wrapping up Week 11 of the NFL season. When you take a look at the standings in the National Football League as the Bills woke up this morning, they got the feeling this is a must game even though it's mid-November. Why? Because the Buffalo Bills see the 4 wild card teams for the moment at 6-4. They are 5-4. Very simple. Lose tonight, it's going to be a very long road to hoe. And we'll break down the Bills and their quarterback momentarily. But as I bring in Tony Kornheiser and the mayor of Western New York, Ron Jaworski, call it Jawsville this weekend. Let's talk specifically about the other quarterback involved, because Brady Anderson makes his second start, both on national, Brady Quinn, I should say, makes his second start, both on national TV. He replaced Derek Anderson, and in the first one, Jaws, I think he opened some eyes with his poise and how well he played.
Yeah, it was a rock-solid performance by Brady Quinn in his only start in the National Football League. And to be successful on a consistent basis at this level, you have to have a certain skill set. But there were a couple things about Brady Quinn's skill set that I really like. His toughness, look down the gun barrel, take a hit, and the ability to throw from different platforms. And here's how I see it. The one thing about Brady Quinn, he gets away from the center very quickly. He buys himself time at the top of the drop. Here you'll see him just get away from the center, and there's going to be quick pressure. This doesn't bother him. You see Elvis Dumervil get the quick pressure space. He maintains his focus downfield, doesn't break down. Now as you spin this around, you'll see the read. Steve Hyden coming underneath. Well, the linebacker will jump in, nowhere to go with the football. Now he's going to see the void in the middle of the field. He knows he has Kellen Winslow coming across to that area. You must anticipate the throw. He does a great job of throwing accurately. And here's what I love about the different platforms. Look at this, on his toes, coming over the top. That's what you have to do. In the National Football League, all the quarterbacks can get a nice cradle and throw the football accurately, but you have bodies around you. And that's when Brady Quinn has performed very well, when there's been pressure on him.
That experience maybe that he got at Notre Dame and a very highly recruited high school player, we got to see some of that, Tony. And I had Brady Anderson on the mind, or rather Derek Anderson on the mind with Brady Quinn, because for 17 months, people in Cleveland have been asking, well, when are we going to see the kid? We finally saw him.
I thought it came late. I think many of us thought it came late finally going to Brady Quinn. It was hard for me to fathom why on television so many former quarterbacks were so opposed to benching Anderson in favor of Brady Quinn. I would watch these talking heads bellow, you don't change quarterbacks if the whole team is going poorly. Really? What union are these guys in? Anderson's quarterback rating was so low, if it was his body temperature, he'd be dead. Of course you change quarterbacks, especially if your backup was a glamour puss at Notre Dame and a #1 draft pick the year before. Or did everybody forget Quinn at draft day, waiting agonizingly after the Dolphins went for Ted Ginn Jr., leaving Quinn to drop down the board like an anchor until the Browns mercifully called his name at 22. Look, Quinn is an Ohio kid, a Browns fan his whole life. Clevelanders want to see him. And what's wrong with that? They buy the tickets. Against Denver on only 1 day of practice, Quinn had 2 touchdowns and no picks. He had Cleveland ahead late. It was the Browns' defense that failed, not Quinn. Quinn breezed into the room like fresh air. He immediately looked like a #1 pick. He gave the Browns fans reason to think, hey, that's the guy we've been waiting for. But on TV, the cynics said, let's see him do it again. Well, now Quinn has had 10 days of practice, and the reason I will watch this game is to see if he will do it again.
Another side to watch this game, the cynics who want to know, well, which Buffalo team do we really have here in 2008? The one that opened 4-0 and then 5-1, or the one that's lost its last 3 games all in the division? And a lot of that pins on the play of their quarterback, Trent Edwards.
Well, Trent Edwards only started 18 games his NFL career, and a young quarterback's best friend is the running game. Trent Edwards needs the Bills to get their running game going. What that leads to now is play-action passing, and explosive plays come off the play-action passing game. Last week against New England, the Bills didn't run the ball well. That meant, you know what, 0 play-action passes from the Bills in that game. The only team thus far in the NFL season not to throw a play-action pass. Like I said, the big plays come off play-action passing.
When Trent Edwards is a part of it, didn't you sense as Buffalo got off to their great start this year that there was a renewed enthusiasm that was dusted off from almost a couple of decades ago here?
I think that people, not just in Buffalo and Western New York, but around the country, root for teams like Buffalo and teams like Green Bay. They come from small cities where the weather is tough, where there's not a lot of money, where you need to be resolute and hardy. You know, the big cities have the beautiful malls, and the small cities have the Dairy Queen. And it's a part of Americana. It's straight out of Hoosiers, and they root for Buffalo.
You're the only person thinking about Dairy Queen tonight up here. I promise you. The Browns and the Bills set to go in Orchard Park tonight.
Follow me where I go, take you to a little place I know, and there we'll stay. All right, you guys ready? Hold on tight.
Join your friends and ride the open mountains. Shaun White Snowboarding. In stores now, rated E10 to T.
We welcome you into our high-definition home. You can see the entire telecast tonight in your home on ESPN HD, presented by Sears. And then you get a look at some of our camera operators who, along with the rest of our crew, will brave the cold here in Orchard Park tonight. It is a frigid night by most city standards. That's what we expect in mid-November here in Western New York. Lake effect snow is when the cold winds blow over the warm lakes and dump snow. And that's happening about 25 miles south of us. Right here, only light snow, maybe a snow shower during the game. But with the wind chill, it'll feel around 20 degrees. So can Braylon Edwards and Brady Quinn get on the same page? They only hooked up 1 time in Cleveland's game against Denver. Much talked about the deep threat. The Bills trying to find the running game to support Trent Edwards. The storylines we watch tonight. Bills and Browns. Monday Night Football kicks off next.
You've been watching ESPN's Monday Night Football launch, engineered by the GMC Sierra, the official vehicle of Monday Night Football.
America's biggest automobile company and its dealers want to help get you the loan you need. It's General Motors financing that fits, offering access to millions of dollars and hundreds of lenders to help get you behind the wheel. It's our way of putting you and America in the driver's seat. During the Red Tag event, the price on the tag is the price you pay. Get a G6 for $19,528 for a total value of $3,057. See your local Buick, Pontiac, GMC dealer.
I'm sorry, my signing still isn't very good. I learned a new sign to show you. Merry Christmas.
This Christmas at Kay, save 25% on Bulova and selected fine watches. That's just one more reason Kay is the #1 jewelry store in America.
Do you like it?
Every kiss begins with Kay.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Showtime!
Rock, roll, and rattle. Who's gonna win this Lake Erie battle? The pressure is rising. Strap in and hold tight. We're gonna blow the roof off Buffalo tonight. Ready? Come on and get ready. I mean, really ready. Are you ready for football? A Monday night party. The whole house is rocking. Let's get it kick-started. Launch this thing, raise the roof, that's right. All my rowdy friends are here on Monday night.
These people need a little reason to have a party. It's just a way to stay warm in Western New York, right? Monday Night Football at the Ralph Wilson Stadium. 73,000 strong. Trent Edwards in the Bills offense will get the ball first. Dick Duran's team saw Cleveland won the toss and defer to the second half.
We got three people here basically from upstate New York. Draws is from right here. He went to school in Syracuse. I went to school in Binghamton. We saw on the schedule November 17th. We can't believe it's not snowing right now, and we're sure it will be by the end of the game.
Leonis McKelvin back deep to receive. Phil Dawson's kickoff. Off we go from Orchard Park. The return by McKelvin from the 6, this year's first-round pick. With a good return all the way out to the 43. Travis Daniels able to bring him down. As the smoke clears, Trent Edwards will take the field. Second-year man, drafted in the 3rd round of 07 out of Stanford. You see his numbers this year. You add them up, it's 5-4 for a record. This is his 19th start. He's 10-8 overall in his 2 seasons since replacing J.P. Lossman last year.
Yeah, and he struggled early last week against New England and never found his rhythm. He's got to start fast tonight against this Cleveland defense.
Marshawn Lynch is the back, and Steve Johnson, one of 3 receivers in to start the game. And Edwards starts with a deflected pass that is intercepted by Cameron Wimbley. So right out of the gate, Cleveland comes up with it. Sean Rogers deflects it, and Edwards is intercepted on the game's first snap from center.
He had Robert Royal, his tight end, open. You'll see him set right here. Royal hooks down right at about the 50-yard line. The ball is batted in the air. Cameron Wimbley makes a heck of a play. You see right there, Rogers with no pressure from his nose tackle position, got his hand up and batted the football.
Sean Rogers weighs 500 pounds and got 6 feet up in the air on a vertical jump on that one. He's a great athlete, especially for a guy who weighs that much, but he's a great athlete.
First career interception for the 3rd-year man out of Florida State. Brady Quinn takes over for the Browns at their own 44, and trying to get Braylon Edwards involved right away. The pass is incomplete and covered by the cornerback, Terrence McGee. So let's shift our thinking to Cleveland getting the ball first on offense and Brady Quinn's second start. And it will be so important to get Braylon Edwards involved in this offense, which the Browns didn't do in the loss to Denver last Thursday night.
No question, Mike. They need explosive plays, and those explosive plays come from Braylon Edwards. Last year, 16 touchdowns. This year, only 3 so far.
Second down, Jamal Lewis to the left side. Pretty good gain on second down. A third and long 6 coming up. So they take you through the Cleveland offense. Second start for Quinn, replacing Derek Anderson. Lewis in the backfield. Charles Ali plays as Lawrence Vickers is out. Jaws, when we point out Edwards and Stallworth, their receivers can stretch the field, especially with Stallworth.
No question. They have the ability to go down the field. Well, last week we saw Brady Quinn in his first start. It was a controlled passing game. Only 4 balls went more than 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. I think you'll see it open up a little bit tonight with 10 days to prepare for this matchup.
Third and a half dozen. The Bills bring 4, and Quinn's pass incomplete off the hands of Kellen Winslow. What a terrific 10-catch game in the game last Thursday against the Broncos.
Excellent coverage by Brian Scott, number 43. He had the one-on-one coverage against Kellen Winslow. He did a really good job staying in that hip pocket and not giving Brady Quinn an opportunity to squeeze one in to a small window. Good coverage by Brian Scott.
Buffalo sends running back Fred Jackson back to return the punt of Dave Zastudil. And the lefty kicks it 37 yards through the hands of Jackson, almost like he picked up with one hand as it hit the ground. And he will be down at the 15, stopped by Mike Adams. Well, 1 pass, 1 pick, Trent Edwards. The struggle continues. We'll see how he does in his second drive when you come back.
Announcing Mazdanomics. In times like these, you need a solution like this. Get 0% APR financing on 5 great 09 Mazdas. We're talking 0% on the decked out Mazda 3 and the totally new Mazda 6. With Mazdanomics, you cash in big. Now get 0.0% APR financing on 5 great 09 Mazdas. Hurry, these are the cars, this is the time.
What's going on?
We're going green.
Green?
New software.
Software can help us go green?
It's all about automation, consolidation, efficiency. We'll save millions in IT spending and energy costs.
Millions?
Millions.
How much did we spend on energy last year?
Millions.
Millions.
Get used to it.
It's very rare. The internet says there's 10 of them left.
Let's ask our experts.
Looks like a cat.
Looks like a panther.
Speaking of the Panthers, what do we like in the NFC South this year?
Well, historically, the bottom team one year wins it the next.
That's great news for the Falcons.
Tune into the best team in football. Sunday NFL Countdown presented by IBM, Sundays at 11.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by Walt Disney Pictures' new comedy adventure, Bedtime Stories, in theaters Christmas Day. UPS, what can Brown do for you? Find out at ups.com/whiteboard. And Mazda, always the soul of a sports car.
The most familiar sight here in western New York, upstate New York, Niagara Falls. That's from the U.S. side, the Canadian side of the falls, pictured in the distance.
Went out there Saturday during the rain. Loved it. And you know what? Because I came back and I said I'd go on, and somebody said, is the water still running like that? I said, yeah, still is. Great.
1 play, 1 pick for Trent Edwards. Bills now take over second drive, their own 16. Down run right into the middle of the defense for the Browns is only going to gain a yard as Cameron Wimbley and DeQuell Jackson stop Marshawn Lynch. This is a Bills offense that has struggled. Only 3 offensive touchdowns the last 3 weeks in the games against the Jets, Miami, and the Patriots. And Ron, you have to question the offensive line. That's a place people will be looking with great interest tonight.
Mike, you're absolutely right. It's the second biggest line in the National Football League, averaging 332 pounds. But they must be more physical. They must establish the line of scrimmage. They must give Marshawn Lynch somewhere to run.
The best possession receiver, Josh Reed, continues out with the ankle injury, combination strained Achilles, and missing the last 3. Edwards, 2nd and 39 throw, perfect to Roscoe Parrish at the 38-yard line. First down in front of Rodney Poole. The gain was 21.
It all starts with pass protection. If you're going to throw the football down the field, the quarterback needs time to survey the field. Bills O-line and pass pro did a really good job against the three-man rush of the Cleveland Browns. Edwards, nice firm in the pocket, hits a seam route up there to Roscoe Parrish.
Edwards, another first down pass with nothing open, tries to escape. And Willie McGinnis, the veteran, gets him. It will not be a sack because he's over the line of scrimmage, gain of about a yard. And Ron, as we look at the Cleveland defense, you mentioned this week as we were getting ready for the game how good Willie McGinnis has been this year.
Willie's been terrific. In fact, I saw Willie at the hotel yesterday. I said, man, I hear you're going to retire. You know, he announced retirement after 15 years. I said, you may want to reconsider your playing so well. He said, I might.
Yeah, he's always left the door slightly ajar in that conversation. 3 Super Bowls, 2 Pro Bowls in his 12 years with the Patriots. On second down, here is Edwards. And that pass is intercepted by Andre Davis, who's down at the 49-yard line. That is another turnover for Edwards. And if you total up, it is 9 turnovers he's been involved with in the last 3+ games. And hearing it a little bit from the crowd in Buffalo. Davis's first interception of the year.
College Football Live, your daily source for news, highlights, and expert analysis. Get your college football fix Monday at 3 Eastern, Tuesday through Friday at 3:30 on ESPN.
If you plan on building, furnishing, or remodeling your home, or you're just tired of paying retail, don't spend another dollar. Now, you can enjoy an incredible selection of top quality name brand products priced up to 50% less than retail. Take the first step towards saving hundreds or even thousands of dollars on nearly anything for your home. Call for your free Direct Buy Insider's Guide to Buying Direct and learn what retailers don't want you to know. Each full color page of the Insider's Guide is packed with powerful information. Discover some of the hundreds of thousands of products available from over 700 name brand manufacturers. Everything, including furniture, cabinets, appliances, flooring, lighting fixtures, and so much more, all without retail markups. At Direct Buy, you can't afford to miss this valuable opportunity. Call the number on your screen now to get your own Direct Buy Insider's Guide. You'll also receive a visitor's pass and map to the Direct Buy showroom nearest you. The sooner you call, the sooner you'll be buying direct. So call now.
Howie Mandel here for Buy.com on my holiday season office tour. Whoa! What happened to the holiday spirit here?
No time for holiday spirit. Look at all this.
I got 4 words for you. Buy.com. Now.
Look at all this stuff I got. This new laptop, this Minnow camcorder, and it was free shipping. And I did it all right here at my computer.
So what's your favorite place?
Buy.com is the bomb.
Women ever see you do that?
Women love it, Howie. They look at me and they point and they smile.
That must be love.
Major League bump in the road for second-year quarterback Trent Edwards. You see the 7 turnovers, 5 picks, 2 fumbles lost last 3 games. Tonight, in the first 5 plays, in his first 3 passes, 2 interceptions. And Brady Quinn and the Browns take over in Buffalo territory. And plenty of room for Quinn to run. And get a first down with a gain of 11 in front of cornerback on the left side, Terrence McGee, and there's something he brings that Derek Anderson did not bring.
No question. In studying the game last week against the Denver Broncos, what you can see what Brady Quinn can do is extend the play. This is a called bootleg, and once he gets the corner, he sees there's a lot of green grass in front of him. I would recommend at the end of that play for Brady Quinn either slide or get out of bounds.
The backfield. And underneath, the pass is complete to Charles Ali, the fullback out of Arkansas Pine Bluff. His 3rd career reception and a first down in front of Kavika Mitchell and Dante Whitner. That gain at 12. And Ron, we alluded to this earlier. Most of the passes were within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage for Brady Quinn last week. Those intermediate routes, 11 to 20 yards downfield, 4. And the big balls, 20 plus,
Nothing. I believe the reason was he had basically one day to prepare for the Thursday game, and that was Tuesday. You don't put a lot of offense in. It was a simplified game plan. He handled it well.
Lewis, those choppy steps, gains only a couple of yards. Well, Romeo Crennel, the coach of the Browns, Tony, has found himself with a lot of things going on, controversies bubbling up on a regular basis, and that was one of them, changing quarterbacks this short week and doing it late on Monday afternoon.
Most of the time you would think that a guy would do it before a bye week to give somebody a couple of weeks to prepare, but Quinn on one day of practice walked in and had his team ahead when he walked off the field. So although it was a bizarre thing to do, it came very close to working out perfectly.
Second and 8, and Quinn throws for Edwards, complete at the 5, and incomplete as he hits the ground with Terrence McGee.
Braylon Edwards, I don't know if that's a clean drop, Jaws. You're better than I on this, but he's got 11 drops so far. This is a guy who lit it up last year, a Pro Bowl wide receiver with 16 touchdowns.
This is the National Football League. There's no question the ball was slightly behind him. You have to come up with the catch.
A Pro Bowl guy, 12 drops now into his 10th game.
11 drops.
That's not a drop?
That's 12.
Yeah, that's 12. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's 12.
I mean, Brady Quinn looks like he's born to do this, and you got to catch the ball, don't you?
Cleveland timeout.
There is a team that is like no other team in the world. They are Supermen. They are mythic. They will welcome you, challenge you, cheer for you. And when they raise their flag in victory, you will know what these men and women are fighting for, and you will feel fortunate to be counted among them. They're strong. Then there's Army Strong. To see strength like no other, go to GoArmy.com.
The distinctive taste of Bud Light can be described with just one word: drinkability. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Announcing Mazdanomics. In times like these, you need a solution like this. Get 0% APR financing on 5 great 09 Mazdas. We're talking 0% on the decked-out Mazda 3 and the totally new Mazda 6. With Mazdanomics, you cash in big. Now get 0.0% APR financing on 5 great 09 Mazdas. Hurry, these are the cars, this is the time.
I can make this dollar bill grow so huge.
Tonight's game also available in Spanish on ESPN Deportes. 3rd and 8. Pattern for Quinn. Arm hit as he threw, and then broken up nicely by Brian Scott. Watch 43 Brian Scott. He's going to be on Winslow a lot tonight. Marcus Stroud brought the heat, and a field goal attempt coming up for Cleveland.
Yeah, normally the Bills are not a high percentage blitz team, but they bring the house on this one. You'll see the pressure up the middle for Marcus Stroud. He hits the ball in the hand of Brady Quinn. The ball flutters to the sideline, almost picked off. Marcus Stroud right up the middle, been very solid for the Bills this season.
The win tonight is at the back of Phil Dawson, trying to make his 200th career field goal. Officially 40 out of Dave Zastadil's hold. So 2 interceptions thrown by Buffalo. Cleveland has points to show for it. And the Browns on the board first this Monday night.
Does size matter?
Size matters.
That will be a passing game. I'm excited.
Think so?
Yeah.
Drew Brees,
yeah.
think that might pass a little? He's passing 40 times a game, Jaws.
He's a little down from last year, by the way.
Phil Dawson kicks again to the rookie out of Troy, Leonis McKelvin. Line drive kick. It'll be tough for McKelvin to get to. And he's not going to be able to return it. And the Bills will take over at their own 20. A struggle thus far for the guy in Jim Kelly's old spot, quarterback for the Bills.
Well, there's no question that Trent Edwards has not had a good start and needed one. Here you see Sean Rogers blocked at the line of scrimmage, but he gets his hand up, causes the interception. This is just a poor throw by Trent Edwards. He's looking for Hardy on the square in, throws it behind him. Davis makes the pick. Rough start for Trent Edwards. Now you find out about your quarterback. You start out slow, you're struggling. You have to have amnesia. You got to be able to forget and move on. We'll find out if Trent Edwards has that.
How about that fact? 17 years and on a Monday night with Kelly, no less. Last time the Bills have had a game start this way. Third possession, Marshawn Lynch runs up the middle, something they need to establish. A gain of about 7 yards, and there is the former Bills quarterback, now in the Hall of Fame.
Jaws, I got to ask you as a quarterback, Trent Edwards had this famous concussion against Arizona. Since then, he's had 2 touchdown passes and now 7 interceptions. Do you see any lingering effects from that?
No, I do not. In fact, I think he played well. I thought he played well after looking at the tape of the San Diego game. He's staying in the pocket. He's taking the hits. I don't think the concussion has anything to do with his 4th play.
Second and 3, Lynch trying to get to the outside and right at the first down mark. At the 30-yard line, Cameron Wimbley and Sean Smith took him that way.
Well, it begs the question then, what does have to do with his 4th play?
You know, I think what happens with any young quarterback, it's the ebb and flow of a career. He's only started 18 games in the National Football League. Defenses get a type on you, what you like to do, what you like to throw. They begin to take that away. The Patriots a week ago were a real good example of that. When you look at Edwards, he throws well to the outside. The Patriots took that away and forced him into a poor game. Defenses do adapt as well.
Two runs from Lynch to pick up the first down. Lynch not getting away from big Sean Rogers, acquired from the Detroit Lions. He has struggled at times with the perception of how he plays, but boy, he's still a factor on that nose.
Sean Rogers is amazing. It's a swim move, Tony, for a guy 6'4", 350 pounds, probably a little bit heavier than that. But that's great athleticism, as you can see right there. And I'm sure as he watched the Bills struggle against Vince Wilfork, Chris Jenkins, I think he was chomping at the bit a little bit for this game.
Second and 11. Edwards brings it to Lynch, the check down. Sean Smith up front with Sean Rogers, joins DeQuell Jackson for the tackle. You hear the woofing over there among the guys up front. You see Sean Rogers' numbers, and what I alluded to, Jaws, there was the perception in Detroit that Rogers dogged it, and that he was not playing up to how well he could play. But even in this poor start for Cleveland this season, he has shown up for everybody to say, this guy still has it at an elite level on the nose.
He really does. He's a dominant football player. You know, he bulked up to play that 3-4 front right on the nose. They pretty much play a true 3-4 defense, or he's going to line up right on the center just about every single snap.
And it's new to him. He did not play a 3-4 on the nose in Detroit. 3rd and 8. Edwards, everything's picked up, but nobody's open downfield. Lynch is surrounded by white shirts, and the Bills, after picking up 1 first down, will punt it away.
You say this, you call that a swim move. At his size, they got to put more water in the pool, don't they? He is huge, and this is the 4th straight time that the Buffalo Bills are facing a 3-4 defense with a huge guy at nose tackle. They're 0-3 so far. You'd think they'd have learned how to combat this by now.
And I mentioned it, Chris Jenkins, Vince Wilfork, you know, they've been very, very good players against the Bills. So, they said Sean Rogers is excited about this opportunity.
Hunting into the wind to Brian Moorman, to Joshua Criggs, outstanding return man, with a fair catch. A nice high hanger in the wind by Moorman. The Browns will take over at the 25 after a 41-yard kick, and we'll have our eye focused on Brady Quinn when the Browns take the field after this.
Whoa. It has no keyboard. And then, did it just click? You've never clicked a screen before. Is that supposed to happen? Is it supposed to feel so right? It feels like a keyboard, just no keys. What kind of mad genius is behind this? Oh, right.
America's largest 3G network introduces the world's first touchscreen BlackBerry. Only from Verizon Wireless.
Announcing Mazdanomics. In times like these, you need a solution like this. Get 0% APR financing on 5 great 09 Mazdas. We're talking 0% on the decked out Mazda 3, and the totally new Mazda 6. With Mazdanomics, you cash in big. Now get 0.0% APR financing on 5 great 09 Mazdas. Hurry, these are the cars, this is the time.
When most people go home for the holidays, we're going to Fiji. Brad and Kate go somewhere else.
All flights canceled.
But not this year.
Where are you headed for the holidays? Hi, Mom.
It's my dad. Do I pick it up or not? I don't know what you're saying to me. I don't know what that means.
Things Vaughn.
My brothers, you're nuts.
Demand that they respect you.
Reese Witherspoon.
What you making? 7-layer salad. Layer of eggs, layer of mayo, layer of deep fried Spam. We're trying to eat more salad.
4 Christmases. Rated PG-13.
Reported across Canada in 11 months, raising $14 million to fight heart disease. He covered over 5,000 miles after she rode 100 miles.
Nothing. ESPN, your NBA destination for games Wednesdays and Fridays.
Back in Orchard Park.
Oh, no.
Oh, my
No! Oh, no!
See, here's what I never get. Okay. So now you've arrived. You're on TV. Now what?
Go to the hospital.
Now what?
He waxed that part of his chest to write ESPN on it. That's horrific.
Terrific. Hank Fraley's the center for Brady Quinn. Browns taking over at the 26. And Jamal Lewis trying to hurdle Dante Whitner's would-be tackle. Whitner in the starting line is important. We'll get through the entire Buffalo defense momentarily. You see the Browns defense going by there. But Whitner on, very important for this Buffalo team to have in that safety spot. Didn't look like he was going to play with a separated shoulder a couple of weeks ago.
No question. Dante Whitner is a safety that can play down in the box as a run defender. He has excellent cover skills. He's a playmaker for that Bills defense.
At one point they thought he'd be out a month, but he's a Cleveland native. Glenville High School wanted so desperately to play against the Browns. He is tonight. Lewis runs into Kyle Williams, waiting on that defensive front for the Bills. And we'll have third down coming up. This is a Buffalo defense that's had 5 games holding the opponents under 300 yards.
They look skinny. Don't they, Jaws? Don't they look thin at the finish?
At the defensive end spot, they are. When you're playing a Ryan Denny at 264 and a Chris Kelsey at 261, those aren't your monster defensive end kind of guys. But inside, Kyle Williams is 300 and Marcus Stroud 300, so they're all right size-wise.
Stroud did a good job pass rushing last third down. They blitz up the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Kavika Mitchell, who owns a Super Bowl ring from the Giants last year. As they came through, he got in, and Brady Quinn had to get rid of it.
Yeah, there's no question that Kavika Mitchell right there, man, he's just coming after the quarterback. And the Bills' defense is not a blitzing defense. I said earlier, they blitz about 1 out of every 3 snaps in passing situations. Tonight, they are coming after the young, inexperienced Brady Quinn.
Those fans excited by Roscoe Parrish back deep to receive a line drive kick that Parrish, I don't know if it hit him or not, as it goes all the way back to the 1-yard line. It came very close to hitting him, just sneaking under his arm, and Mike Adams did a great job on that line drive to get down there and stop it before it went into the end zone.
Every single break that could go against the Buffalo Bills so far early in the game has gone against a tip ball for an interception, another interception, failing to cover that bunt, everything. Self-inflicted wounds, right?
The Bills might be saying right now, we're fortunate to be down only 3-0.
I mean, that just missed his arm and knee. And then Adams, who was reacting to the punt return man, able to get the 22 extra yards out of the roll to down it back at the 1. A 65-yard punt from Zastiger. Out of his own end zone, Edwards gives to Marshawn Lynch, who's pinballed to the 4. Credit Brandon McDonald, who came down from his corner position to help make the tackle with DeQuell Jackson. Lynch is out of Cal. Second year in the league. They like to talk about his running style last year as beast mode. He is able to be a tough physical runner. However, that hasn't been there. The entire running game has been absent for Dick Duran's team over the last 3 weeks.
You know, what happens with a lot of young running backs, they look for the big play. In the National Football League, a 4-yard run is a big run. Take what the defense allows you to run for.
There is Lynch seeking and probing and running into the waiting arms of Leon Williams, the inside linebacker. It'll be third and about 3.
But Mike is right. I mean, Marshawn Lynch's carries are way down. His yards per carries are way down. He hasn't had a 100-yard game yet. He had 3 in 2007. I mean, when you point to the absence of the running game, it's hard not to look at Marshawn Lynch and ask what's wrong. Now, Joyce, you seem to think it's the offensive line
that's part of it. Marshawn Lynch, certainly, as I've studied this Bills offense throughout the season, sometimes he strays from the point of attack. He looks for that 20, 30-yard run rather than taking the efficient run of 4 yards. And then again, you put your offense in a tough situation with second and third and long.
Play clock at 1. Edwards unable to get it off. It's a delay of game on Buffalo. And part of the reason that this happened, Robert Royal was late coming in as Derek Fine was on the field. Did they get a timeout on the sideline before the delay of game?
Timeout, Buffalo. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So just able to get the timeout before the delay of game. Edwards wasn't the one who called timeout.
Very fortunate, because 3rd and 1 going to 3rd and 6 when you're backed up about your own 10-yard line. That's a huge 5 yards. Someone on that Bills sideline was aware of where they were in the clock, but certainly Trent Edwards wasn't.
Well, there's a college history between Trent Edwards and Brady Quinn, the two quarterbacks we're seeing in the game here tonight. Brady Quinn, of course, starring at Notre Dame. Trent Edwards, same time at Stanford. They played 3 consecutive years. All wins by Quinn, including the final game played before they remodeled the farm up there at Stanford, a beautiful stadium now. Quinn winning all 3 with the better stats throughout. And Trent Edwards remembers very clearly, except for the one game he got a concussion in, remembers very clearly the losses absorbed to the Golden Domers and Quinn.
Interesting they go empty on 3rd and 1.
Edwards looking through an interception, his 3rd of the first quarter to Brandon McDonald.
It's a terrible pass.
McDonald, who was benched coming into this week as a starter, gets the pick, and Trent Edwards is having a game like Tony Romo had here on a Monday night last year. 3 first-quarter interceptions.
You just can't make this throw. He's got a lot of time in the pocket. You have to see a defender. The defender is right in front of Robert Royal. You see McDonald, number 22. Now he comes back inside. Trent Edwards has to see him. You have to see that throw. That's just an awful decision.
I like Trent Edwards. I think he's a very bright guy. He's been terrible so far. That's terrible.
Well, when your quarterback's struggling, too, why would you go 3rd and 1, you go empty, and you basically tell everyone, hey, we're going to throw the football.
Golden opportunity for the Browns, taking over from the 12. They go reverse with Dante Stallworth, who's caught from behind. What a good play by Jabari Greer, chasing it down from his cornerback spot and hobbling as he gets up.
Excellent discipline by the Buffalo Bills defense. Here the Browns are trying to get that quick strike. You know, when there's that sudden change after a turnover, you like to get a big play. The Bills stayed at home and made the play.
And you said good discipline. You're right. There was another corner on that side waiting, but Greer chased it all the way around from his corner position. He was up there at the line to defend. Nice job. 2nd and 14. Stroud goes right over the center. The pass by Quinn for Edwards. He's covered by Terrence McGee. And we'll have 3rd down coming up. And he'll still get a first down at the 3.
Yeah, once again, Terrence McGee is shadowing Braylon Edwards. No matter where he goes, he is assigned man-to-man. That's the matchup for the Buffalo Bills, putting McGee on Braylon Edwards. Thus far, he's done a terrific job.
Trent Edwards got me thinking to himself on the sideline, what's going on? But maybe my defense can bail me out again. Not exactly a good start for Brady Quinn either. 1 of 7. We're not giving him short stuff tonight. Against the 5-man rush toward the end zone. Incomplete, hitting the back of Brian Scott. Once again, Scott, fabulous covering tight ends, shadowing the Browns. Winslow.
You know how sometimes quarterbacks buy their offensive line dinner and watches? Trent Edwards ought to buy the defense dinner and watches for this.
Yeah, Brian Scott once again in terrific position on Kellen Winslow down the seam. Quinn has a chance if he throws this ball down the field a little bit deeper, underthrown a bit, but Brian Scott in perfect position.
Doesn't come back to make a play on the ball. No pass interference, though, from 33 yards. 2nd field goal of the game for Phil Dawson. 3 interceptions, turning it to only 6 points.
your pizza delivery guy. Well, come on in, man. What you waiting on?
Mouth-watering toppings, fresh-baked pizzeria taste. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
One of these pizzas won't leave your wallet on empty. For fresh delivery taste without the delivery price, it's DiGiorno.
The legend was born in 1965 in the storied swamp of Florida, where the scorching heat took a brutal toll on the Gators.
The players weren't adequately hydrated and their performance suffered.
The answer, a new carbohydrate electrolyte beverage created by University of Florida doctors.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
And when they won the '67 Orange Bowl, Gatorade had arrived. Born of humble origins, proven to this day. The legend continues.
Not exactly an artistic display so far either way. Quinn is 1 of 8. The Browns only 34 yards on 14 snaps. Yet they lead 6-0, and here comes Leotis McKelvin, who got a nice block to the sideline. McKelvin, the rookie who had an 85-yard kickoff return at the end of the game last week, has his second nice return here out near midfield. But Kirk Chambers, backup lineman, with a nice block.
Excellent job right here, following the wedge, then making the cut. And that really is the key. You follow the wedge in, and McKelvin does a great job of getting to the outside. Right there, follow that lead block. You know, it's like a running play, returning a kickoff. McKelvin does a great job of finding the lane.
Kirk Chambers wiping Alex Hall of the Browns out of the play. Edwards has the ball near midfield. Run it with Lynch. Spinning for a gain of a couple of yards. Let me show you the importance of tonight's game. The 4 teams leading their divisions, the undefeated, still underappreciated Titans, the Jets, the Steelers, and the Broncos. Now, if you go to where we'd be in the wild card, Indianapolis, Baltimore, and Miami and New England sit at 6 and 4. Therein lies the importance of Buffalo tonight, guys. If you fall behind 4 teams for the wild card with no tiebreaker advantage at all against New England and Miami, they beat the Bills head-to-head. That's a pretty tall wall to climb for the final 6 games for the Bills. Why they need this one tonight. Lynch up the middle, stopped by Sean Rogers. He's having a big first quarter. It'll be 3rd and 3.
I don't think it's an overstatement to say that this is a playoff game for the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Absolute must-win for the Buffalo Bills. And oddly enough, as terrible as they have been so far, they're just basically one play away from leading the game because Cleveland has taken no advantage of gifts having been handed to them.
I love when you use the term must-win because Marv Levy, former head coach of Buffalo, has a great line about must-win. He said there was only one must-win, and that was World War II. And we won it on the road.
Yeah, he said it was the road. That's great. Great man.
Yes, great man, Marv Levy, and a great coach.
3rd and 3. Edwards under pressure has it dropped by Steve Johnson, the rookie out of Kentucky, who's really seeing his first significant run in the rotation here for the Bills. Known for his good hands, not there.
It can't be the cold weather because both teams are used to playing in cold weather. They're dropping everything in some. Well, they're not dropping everything because some are going to the opposing
defenders are catching it very well, I might add.
Yes.
But there you saw a perfect throw from Trent Edwards right on the chest. I mean, he busted him right in the numbers, and he doesn't come up with the catch. Johnson's got to make that grab.
Brian Mormon's a terrific punter in poor weather, trying to pin Cleveland inside the 5, and he does at the 3, as it was caught on the fly by John Porto. John Porto and Blake Costanzo are 2 linebackers the Bills almost considered to be their starters on special teams, and Porto makes the good play there.
This is a spectacular play because Josh Gribbs is trying to play a game with them. I'm going to run up and make the catch. You're not getting me with that one. Boy, what a terrific play by Porto on that point. Woo.
Made possible by Mormon. 4.9 seconds of hang time on that punt into the wind.
I actually thought you were going to say George Costanza, and I was going to start to laugh, but you went with another name. Okay.
Well, the Bills' defense certainly has been stellar. See if they can continue.
In case you're wondering, you can only catch that if you're on the kicking team if the receiver has abandoned his effort to catch the ball. Those of you might be wondering, can you do that? If you can. Jamal Lewis, just a gain of a couple of yards as we get to the final minute of this first quarter. Remember, Jamal Lewis had the second best rushing season in NFL history, 2,066 yards with Baltimore at 0-3. He has been a good runner, but he really made headlines with his comments about his Cleveland Browns teammates last week, and that opened the eyes of a lot of folks and created a bit of conversation about the Browns, more than you usually get for a team that's 3-6 and searching. Lewis again ran into the arm tackle of Kyle Williams. We'll talk about some of the Lewis comments and how the Browns bounce back as we move to the second quarter. Could have been a disaster for the Bills. 3 interceptions in 16 plays if they only trail 6-0.
Greatest adventure of the holidays will begin with one simple request.
Uncle Skeeter, tell us a bedtime story.
Once upon a time, the greatest hero was Skeeterkus.
What if you told a story
Then it started raining gumballs.
and the next day it came to life?
This is spooky.
Walt Disney Pictures bedtime stories.
What's on my head right now?
Bugsy.
Those would be big on a cow.
Rated PG.
Hi, welcome to Progressive.com. How can I help you?
Well, I haven't shopped for car insurance in a while.
And you're worried that you've been paying too much, right?
Yeah. So how can I know I'm getting a good deal?
We can compare your Progressive Direct rate with other top companies.
Wow. Seriously?
Yeah. Look at the deal we just got him.
That's a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, or a big tricked out name tag.
Making sure you get a great deal. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Beep. Happy holidays. Howard's phone. Howard doesn't have AT&T, which means no bars way out here. So he never got the call from his friend telling him to thaw the turkey before he deep fries it. Otherwise, it could, you know, explode. Yeah, we missed that call. I'm missing some beard.
Switch to the network with the best coverage, AT&T. More bars in more places. Get an exclusive quick messaging phone for $79.99 after mail-in rebate.
Well, before the second quarter begins, let's remind you where the Browns have been the last 2 weeks. The loss to the Ravens after leading by 14 in the third quarter. The Ravens scored 24 unanswered. Then their last game, last Thursday night, blowing a 20-10 lead at home, allowing Jay Cutler and the Broncos to put up 21 in the fourth quarter, spoiling Brady Quinn's debut. And then Jamal Lewis saying afterwards that there was some quit from what he saw in his team, and that certainly sent every reporter, understandably and correctly so, to everyone from the GM to the head coach on down to every player saying, did you see anybody quit on your team?
It's a magic word. You say quit. You brought the coach, Romeo Crennel, out to say, hey, nobody quit on my team. We still had a chance to win. But Jamal Lewis is so respected that everyone took that seriously.
You see, the Browns haven't picked up a third down tonight. The pressure comes to Quinn, who throws down the sideline for Winslow, and a flag is down. Winslow is being covered by Coach Simpson at free safety, and a flag is thrown. We have yet to have a penalty here tonight. Jerome Boger is our referee.
While the quarterback was in the pocket, illegal contact, defense, number 37, foul draw penalty, automatic first down.
Well, Coach Simpson matched man-to-man against Kellen Winslow. He just runs a go route down the sideline. There was some jostling for position. The call was holding, 5-yard penalty. They were lucky. That could have been interference. Ball seemed to be in the air.
I've seen more hand-to-hand between players without a call there, so the illegal contact call is really taking it by the letter of the book, but it's a big one for the Browns. They pick up their first down, and they do it at the 13. Lewis gains a yard and a half, and back to his comments from earlier this week, and then we talked to him about it last night.
Well, what he said the other night was, I didn't really mean that any individuals quit. I meant that the team lost focus. And that sounds like spin control if I've ever heard it. If you want to say they lost focus, say it. Well, what it becomes is a bombshell. There's a bunch of things going on with Cleveland. A lot of them we'll get to. That's one. Changing quarterbacks was one. The Kellen Winslow controversy is one. It all happens on Romeo Crennel's watch, and he becomes beleaguered by this.
Second and 8, Steve Hyden, the second tight end, in motion. And Quinn will throw for Winslow. Got it. First down to the 28-yard line. Best looking passing catch of the night in front of Brian Scott and Co. Simpson. The gain, 13.
Really nice job by Brady Quinn coming off the play action fake, booting out to the right. He looked at Charles Lee, number 41, out in the flat first. The Bills did a good job of defending that. You come to your second receiver, which is Kellen Winslow on the cross. He hits him right on the hands. Good job by Brady finding a secondary receiver.
You can see Scott had an interference run by one of his fellow linebackers who was getting out in front of him trying to cover the flat to Quinn's left. 29 for Edwards. Braylon able to hold on to the 48-yard line, a 19-yard first down pickup for the Pro Bowl receiver from a year ago.
Brady Quinn starting to heat up. You see Rob Jasinski, the offensive coordinator, beginning to dial up some passing plays as his quarterback begins to feel it. What I liked about that catch from Braylon Edwards, he caught the ball with his hands. The other ball that he dropped, he tried to body it and cradle it. The ball fell to the ground. Catch the ball in your hands. To the left, Lewis, only going to gain a yard. Third time we've called Kyle Williams for a tackle. Well, not only has Braylon Edwards led the league in drops, they've come at key times. Remember the opener against Dallas when he was coming back off the foot injury. That a big one. Then the very next week against Pittsburgh, a key drop down 10. They settled for a field goal on that drive. A tie game against Baltimore a couple of weeks ago in the fourth, dropping that one. The Browns going on to lose the game by 10. Point out his drop numbers, as you see, equal in 9+ games this year what he had all of 2007. Second and 9. Quinn to Edwards. He's hung on to the last two. Brian Scott makes the stick, but it's a first down and a great-looking drive for the Browns.
If you recall, when we had the Browns before that big game against the New York Giants, even then Braylon Edwards said, I'm pressing. I'm trying too hard. It doesn't feel comfortable. Jaws, what does he mean by that? What do you see in the way he's catching the ball?
Well, you have to catch the ball in your hands. And when the receivers begin to struggle, they begin to body the football, fight the football. They don't relax when it comes in. Obviously, their hands become hard rather than soft. Braylon Edwards is an outstanding athlete. He gets open a lot. He just has to relax when the ball is coming to him.
The 32, Quinn taking a deep shot. It was intended for Dante Stallworth. Bills fans want offensive pass interference as the rookie Leotis McKelvin did a nice job in coverage while Keith Ellison up front put pressure on Quinn.
Yeah, if you're going to call illegal contact like it was called a bit earlier on the Bills, you may want to call a little bit of a push here against the Browns.
He's holding his horse collar in the back. You hit him in the front. There's a great shot of Dick Duran speaking to the... Here, come watch the replay on the big screen with
like a UFC fight.
Second and 10, quick hit to Edwards, got it, and right at the first down marker, go check the spot.
Imagine the possibilities that the Browns have if indeed Brady Quinn finds Braylon Edwards, who holds on and gets the ball to Kellen Winslow. That's the offense they thought they had coming into this year with Derek Anderson. That's what Romeo Crennel wanted. If it happens for Quinn, then the Browns can realize everything that people thought when they gave them 87 night games this year and anointed them as the sexiest team in the league.
And I love that last play. It was a running play, but Terrence McGee was off about 8 yards. Brady Quinn now gaining confidence. Edwards stood up and threw him a quick slant.
Started back inside their 5. First down run, Jamal Lewis into the secondary gain of 5. Guys, injury note for the Bills. As we saw Leotis McKelvin on coverage of Stallworth a moment ago. Jabari Greer made that good play in the first quarter. On the reverse, has a knee injury. His return questionable here tonight. So Buffalo's corners will be put to the test. Second and 6, back to the ground. Lewis got away from Whitner, got to the corner, and it's first and goal for Cleveland on a nice run to the outside by Jamal Lewis. 15.
Yeah, Kellen Winslow, the tight end, number 80, did a really nice job of allowing Jamal to get to the outside. If you're going to get outside, your tight end has to block. Clearly, you see Whitner getting pushed to the side. Lewis gets to the outside. He can still move for a big fella.
Taking the crowd out of the game, Joss. No crowd in Buffalo. Not waving those towels with the vigor that they waved them when the game started.
Buffalo taking a timeout here from their sideline. They had confusion on defense with 12 players on the field. Drive started back inside their 5. A key penalty on 3rd and 6 from their own 8 kept it alive. And Quinn's got them on the doorstep.
So this is it, huh?
Yeah, the IBM Blade Center. It's like 12 times as energy efficient as our old rack servers.
It'll help make us green?
It'll help make us very green.
How?
Like this.
Does this happen every time?
Yeah, pretty much.
The IBM Blade Center with Intel Xeon processors.
Biggie.
The not too heavy, not too light taste of the one beer that's always easy drinking. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Hi, we're here for Sign Then Drive.
Hi.
I just leased a Passat for no money down. She wants one too. Or a Jetta. A Passat. A Jetta. A Passat. A Jetta. A Passat.
Our new computer can match you to the perfect Volkswagen. Then you drive it away.
Signature reveals a need for safety and individuality. Perfect match.
A Passat.
Jetta.
This event is getting very interesting.
Sign Then Drive is back. We select 2009 models for 0 down, 0 due at signing, and no first month's payment.
It's what the people want.
In this house, we're all about tradition. I wouldn't change one thing about this house.
Can we keep it?
Oh, I think so.
The Samsung Series 7 Plasma with a touch of color finish. When beautiful design is the name of the game, imagination lives.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by IBM. When you're ready to stop talking innovation and start doing, visit IBM.com/doing. Sears. This holiday, don't just give a gift, grant a wish. Sears. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. And you're going to like the way you look. The Men's Warehouse.
There you look at the second largest city in the state of New York. The metro population is right around 1 million. This state extends out to the suburbs like Hamburg and Lackawanna, Tonawanda,
Cheektowaga.
It's going to be 1st and goal for the Browns after a second call timeout. You see Cleveland, very interesting here. They have players backing out of the huddle because they're afraid of having 12 men in the huddle. Very smart move. Edwards was sent in for some reason. They already had 11 on the field. And the center, Hank Fraley, stepped out not to get an illegal substitution flag. Very heads up. 1st and goal. Handing it to Cribbs. Inside and in for the touchdown. Joshua Cribbs, quarterback, a running quarterback at Kent State in college. Part of a flash package they have for him. His uncle Joe Cribbs played for the Bills. And Josh scores for the Browns.
And a really good read by Cribbs because this play is designed to go to the outside. The Bills defended it well to the outside, but he sees the cutback lane, does a really good job of squeezing into the end zone.
And Joe Thomas, the 1st-round pick last year, Pro Bowler last year, threw a nice block to help Cribbs get his first rushing touchdown. And the extra point added by Dawson makes it 13-0. So 3 interceptions, some good field position. They only get 6 points. Then pinned back at their own 4. The Browns go 12 plays, 96 yards, and lead by 13. Well, the Buffalo fans came for a party. The home team has not helped it out. 13-0 Cleveland on top, and Josh Cribbs, who scored the touchdown, wears that captaincy for his special teams prowess. He covers kicks. He said this is, even though he's got all those kick returns for touchdown, this is what he loves the most, being on kickoff coverage. Keep an eye on him as he heads on down the field.
Yeah, how do you not love kickoff coverage?
4 in from the left side. That'll be close to it. It's a short kick. Cribbs is right over there trying to get on it, but Fred Jackson got to the spot. A nice job by Jackson taking the kick into the wind to the 40. Set for a Sports Center right now.
All right, Mike.
Cardinals slugger Albert Pujols won his second NL MVP award, beat out Phillies' Ryan Howard. Pujols at 357, 37 jacks, 116 RBIs, all with a sore right elbow. And the Securities and Exchange Commission has accused Mark Cuban of insider trading for allegedly dumping shares in a .com company. Cuban says the government's charges are false. Sports Center after. Mike, back to you.
Thank you, Steve Levy. Bills take over at the 41. Trent Edwards split as a receiver, so they go to the wrinkle package with Marshawn Lynch running to the left and Sean Smith waiting for him. No fooling Cleveland there. And a gain of a couple of yards. Well, I mean, you're not an NFL team if you don't run one of these at this point, Jaws. Do you think defenses are starting to be better prepared for these, quote, wildcat formations?
Yeah, no question. You know, the wildcat is a gimmick. It's a gadget. You know, it keeps defenses off balance. But eventually defenses catch up with those things. You know, every team is now doing something unique in that regard.
Trent Edwards throwing 3 interceptions. Confidence low. Short stuff here to Lynch, and here he is at the 36-yard line before third down.
Yeah, you talk about a lack of confidence. It's because of these three plays right here. This one is really made by Sean Rogers. He gets his hand up and tips the ball. This is not Trent Edwards' fault. The next two are. You've got to see the throw. Andre Davis, you see him right there. This throw is behind James Hardy. And this one, you've got to see the throw. This is just a poor decision. McDonald cuts in front, makes the interception. A couple bad decisions by Trent Edwards.
Last 3 interceptions first quarter in the NFL. Peyton Manning, last year San Diego. Jackson a first down run. And Fred Jackson out of Poe College able to take it into Cleveland territory to the 34-yard line. Sean Jones made the tackle.
And why would Poe College resonate with the Buffalo Bills, Mike?
Yeah, Bills fans know Marv Levy, their great head coach.
Excellent cut by Fred Jackson finding that hole.
Marv Levy was a co-hawk, that's their nickname.
Really?
Yeah, it's Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Robert Royal, the tight end, in the backfield with Jackson. Set a nice block as Jackson takes it to the 17-yard line for a first down. What a story Fred Jackson was. Guy was making $100 a game, not even in the Arena League, but the U.S. Indoor Football League with the Sioux City Bandits. They retired his number in May. He's making $100 a game, part-time youth counselor. Lived in his fiance's mom's basement. Did a lot of sacrificing to try to live the dream. And here he is, a significant part of the Bills' running attack.
And he's doing what Marshawn Lynch was not doing. One cut and hitting it downhill. You can't always look for the big play.
Runs of 19 and 17 bring Buffalo to the red zone. And now they found Jackson. Andre Davis, an interception earlier, makes the tackle.
So if you take an education curriculum code, does that make you a co-ed? Come on, Mikey, come on.
Oh, Tony. It's just...
Well, you're laughing.
Wrong on so many accounts. Yes.
There's Ralph Wilson. 1960. That's a hat-on. That's when the Bills were formed. That was a season ticket holder.
He owned them then, right?
Yeah.
He's the only owner ever.
Oh, absolutely.
AFL, NFL, only owner.
What a class act.
The 18-yard line is 2nd and 11. Edwards has time. He gets rid of it to Lynch. Marshawn Lynch. Good cut by Lynch to get the first down. And the touchdown. What a play by Lynch. Buffalo back in it.
Short pass, long run. Marshawn Lynch, he was probably excited watching Fred Jackson take the football team down the field and say, I better make a contribution. Great running by Marshawn Lynch after he caught the ball on the perimeter. Really good vision. Here comes the cutback right now. Once you get into space, this is when Marshawn Lynch can turn it on. Good wiggle. Take it to the house. He smells the goal line now. Drives it in. Bills are right back in it. Woke the crowd up. There's that Buffalo party crowd.
Ryan Lindell comes on to add the extra point. 268 in a row. You would think somebody in the Browns would have had an opportunity to make a play there. Not the greatest defensive effort from Cleveland.
Buffalo party crowd. They'll all be at your house later, Jaws.
Tuesday, Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Robert Downey Jr. star in the most outrageous comedy of the year.
I don't believe you people.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Tropic Thunder. Get what you couldn't see in theaters on DVD Tuesday.
The Men's Warehouse designer suit sale is going on now. For a limited time, when you buy one designer suit, you'll get one free. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Hi, welcome to Sign the Drive.
So we could get the Jetta or the EOS for nothing down?
With just a signature.
How do we decide?
Our new computer can match your signature to the Volkswagen that's right for you.
Swollen loops indicate a nurturing personality and an appetite for two. Perfect match? Rutan.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Oh my, more Rutan babies.
Sign then Drive is back. We select 2009 models for 0 down, 0 due at signing, and no first month's payment.
It's what the people want.
See, honey, it even has a knob that goes from light to dark.
Mm-hmm. Your turn.
Hope it's better than last year's.
Ow! Mama! You okay? Let me see.
This holiday season, give them what they bleed for.
What?
Authentic NFL products. For a special one-day sale, go to NFLshop.com.
Trey Wingo here, be with us Tuesday on NFL Live. Jets defensive tackle Chris Jenkins joins us to talk about the huge game against Tennessee. NFL Live, Mondays 3:30, Tuesday through Friday, 4 o'clock, right here on ESPN.
Back-to-back touchdown drives. After a hard-to-watch first quarter, has re-energized this game.
Yeah, if you love quarterback play, it wasn't a very good first quarter, Mike. My fraternity was thinning out.
Josh Cribbs back for the kickoff by Lindell. Cribbs, terrific kickoff returner. Won't get a chance there. With the wind, and Lindell with a touchback. And Cleveland will take over at its own 20. 96-yard drive last time. See Brady Quinn's encore next.
Ready to change your life, look younger, and be stronger?
I went from a size 38 to a size 30 and lost over 70 pounds.
You too can get remarkable results with Bowflex Home Gyms. All it takes is one simple workout, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week.
When they say you can work out 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, they mean exactly that. You've got to get this DVD. It'll change your life.
Call now for a free DVD that shows how you can get great results with Bowflex Home Gyms.
I gave all of my fat clothes to my fat friends.
Only Bowflex Home Gyms have Power Rod technology, the secret to getting a strong, sculpted body fast.
I am not embarrassed to take my shirt off. I look better. I feel better. My wife gives me that little wink every now and then.
Own your very own Bowflex Home Gym for no money down and payments as low as $14 a month. Be strong, be fit, be Bowflex. Call or go online now for your free DVD that tells you all about Bowflex Home Gyms. Call now.
Own a timeshare? Turn it into cash.
No more mortgage payments.
Thank you, Timeshares Only.
At Timeshares Only, you'll find properties from the biggest names in the industry. If you want to buy, sell, or rent, call now. Call Timeshares Only and get your free information kit with our insider secrets to buying, selling, and renting timeshares, plus receive a free $100 gift card.
Over $5 billion sold in the past 6 months proves now can be the best time to sell.
Call 800-348-9794. That's 800-348-9794.
Well, it's not exactly been a distinguished list of the men who've been the quarterbacks for the other team on the shore of Lake Erie, the Cleveland Browns, since 1999. You've seen the names, you've seen the numbers, you've also seen the results. Nobody getting a starting record of 500 or higher. Thus, they turn to a young man born a few hours to the south, just outside of Columbus, Ohio. Brady Quinn starred at Notre Dame under Charlie Weiss the last couple of years, thriving in a pro-style offense and getting his second National Football League start here tonight. Stats not as good as game one, but his team leads by 6. They bring Jerome Harrison, into the game, and Harrison stopped by Marcus Stroud for a loss of 2.
Look, it's all out there for Brady Quinn. You mentioned he went to Notre Dame. It's a glamour school. He's a great-looking kid. He's a smart kid. He wanted to play at Cleveland. Not everybody wants to do that. Bernie Kosar, the same kind of guy from Miami, as a great quarterback, wanted to play in Cleveland. Basically a hometown situation. It is out there. If Brady Quinn is good, he'll be revered. If he's very good, he'll be the governor of Ohio.
Second and 11, no Jamal Lewis this drive. Quinn, pocket compressed. Braylon Edwards catching everything comes his way now. The ground caused that to come out. Keith Ellison's hit, bringing Edwards down at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, an excellent job by Brady Quinn moving around in the pocket, extending the play, giving Braylon Edwards a little time to get open. Here you see the top of his drop. There's nowhere to throw the football. He steps up in the pocket, throws a little bit behind. This is a really good job, but Marcus Stroud in his face comes over the top. Those are the different platforms a quarterback must be able to throw from. You don't always get a clean pocket where you can plant the back foot and stride in the throw. In the NFL, there are bodies around you. Brady Quinn can throw accurately with people around him, throw from different platforms.
Jason Wright the back. 3rd and 6, Quinn. Pitches, throws, down the middle, incomplete. No room for Steve Heiden to get open. The former Penn State stud linebacker Paul Posluszny had the coverage. Stroud had the pressure on Quinn. And Buffalo will get it back.
Excellent job by Paul Posluszny taking Heiden down the hole, down the seam. The Bills are in that 2 deep coverage. He's got to take that tight end down the middle. Does a really good job taking that inside shoulder.
Punting into the wind, fans get fired up as Roscoe Parrish, an electrifying return man, set to take the Zastudil kick. This one holds up in the wind. Fair caught by Parrish. At the 37 was Shante Orr sitting on his front porch. Well, that last drive for Buffalo culminating with Trent Edwards' very short pass, but a great play by Marshawn Lynch to make it happen.
No question. Marshawn Lynch, you see right here, lined up in the slot. He motioned out. Edwards looking downfield. He doesn't pull the trigger. Marshawn Lynch uncovers. He works back. Look at the movement of Marshawn Lynch. 7 defenders in a position to make a play. None of them do. Lynch takes it to the end zone.
And you know, Josh, sometimes you just want to see guys, if not for effect, just going after a guy. Every Brown is almost on his feet as Lynch gets to the goal line. Nobody's making that hard all-out play to go knock him down.
Beginning to sound like Jamal Lewis. You don't want to go there.
Fred Jackson takes the direct snap out of the Wildcat formation. It's a gain of a yard. Well, Josh, let me come back to you for a second on this whole effort thing with the Browns, because you watch the coaches' film every week in your office down at NFL Film. Yeah. And when it was brought up, you're the one who could give us an idea. Were the Browns giving all-out effort that whole game?
No, and I won't use the word quit, because that's not the word. I will use the term lack of enthusiasm. The energy, when I watch good defensive teams on the coach's tape, I could sense the energy with which they play. I did not sense that with the Cleveland Browns. I will not use the term quit, though.
Marshawn Lynch is in the slot. Nobody's back there with Edwards. On 2nd and 9. Edwards throws one down the middle, complete this time to Steve Johnson, the rookie out of Kentucky, just shy of midfield. 11 on the game, and it's a first down for Buffalo.
I will say this, that was a completion for Trent Edwards, and I applaud him. But he is standing in that pocket, waiting, and waiting, not anticipating. You're going to have trouble like he was early in the game if you don't anticipate a receiver. If you wait for a receiver to get open, that is too late.
Let the record show, the rookie out of Kentucky in the NFL record books for the first time in his career. First NFL catch, that one there. Around midfield, Lynch running much more like the Marshawn Lynch we saw with those 3 100-yard games last year, with his effort here in the second quarter, gain of 8.
And the big fella coming back in the game, Sean Rogers, saw a couple runs up the middle. He said, we're going to put a stop to that, put the big fella back out there. What I liked about Marshawn Lynch there, it was a downhill power style run. It wasn't a fancy counter trade, follow some other people, just get a body and a body and find somewhere to go. The Bills are winning the battle up front right now in the trenches.
Fullback Corey McIntyre leading the way. Back to Fred Jackson. DeQuell Jackson and Corey Williams stop him. Another Bills first down. Is this the same team that played the first quarter?
Nice job by the Bills up front. You'll see number 92, Sean Rodgers. They let him go up the field, and they run the play behind him. Brad Butler just follows him up through there, and a really good job by Jackson. He saw that Rodgers came upfield, and he cut behind the block of Butler, found the running room inside.
Edwards throwing with more confidence right now to Derek Fine. He's the rookie out of Kansas. 5th reception for the 3rd tight end on this team. And a nice pickup on first down. And let's see. Jackson took the worst of that one. He's going to come up over to the sideline as we hit the 2-minute warning. Bills driving as 2nd down coming up at the Cleveland 27, trying to take the lead.
We're here for Simon Drive.
Hi.
I just leased a Passat for no money down. She wants one too. Or a Jetta. A Passat. A Jetta. A Passat. A Jetta.
Studio stalwarts Chris Berman, Tom Jackson standing by. Toyota halftime show. Fastest 3 minutes. A little read and react to the Giants punishing the Ravens on the ground. TJ's second half keys. Tommy and Chris are on so much from Sunday morning to Monday night. I don't know if they ever leave. The guys love the Toyota halftime show coming up at the break. Back-to-back good-looking drives to the Bills. Trying to climb out of a 13-0 second quarter hole. Edwards tells his rookie, you keep going, Steve Johnson. Needs a blocking over here for Lynch. Need a few more guys blocking for Marshawn. Buffalo has 1 timeout remaining. Cleveland has 2.
That was one of those situations, once again, you saw Marshawn Lynch get the football and not hit downhill. I mean, not every play in this league is going to be for 15 or 20 yards. Sometimes, like I said earlier, a 4-yard run is an efficient run. You get yourself in 2nd and 3, you got to get that thing down to 3rd and 1. Well, they end up 3rd and 4 by going backwards. You've got to keep your offense on schedule or ahead of the down, as we all like to say. This now becomes a passing down.
Wildcat with Fred Jackson, the running back in the backfield, and would be passing down. Can he get the block on the edge? Barely from Johnson, and he picks up the first down. What a good job. Steve Johnson held his block on Andre Davis, and Jackson made a man miss. First down, Buffalo with a minute to go.
Incredible effort by Fred Jackson. Here he is in the Wildcat taking the direct snap. Excellent blocking on the edge, but right here, this is effort. That's Davis, a linebacker, trying to bring him down. He can't bring him down. Adams in there, can't make the tackle. Excellent running by Fred Jackson.
From the 22 with 42 seconds left, that pass is deflected by Santonio Thomas. A lot of defensive players being rotated in by Romeo Crennel. Thomas, a second-year man out of Miami.
What I'm finding interesting, Mike, is watching this Browns defense. They're normally a defense that likes to blitz about 50% of the time in passing situations. They have chosen to play coverage so far in this first half. They're squeezing down the windows. They're forcing Trent Edwards to make those tight throws.
And doing it on this drive, as you see Willie McGinnis on the sideline without Sean Jones, the safety, who is out. Mike Adams and Rodney Poole manning the back of the defense. Out of the gun. Edwards down here to Lynch. Can still get up and run. Now needs the sideline. Good second effort. The mark is close to the first down at the 12-yard line.
That's a great play by Marshawn Lynch to get out of bounds with 30 seconds to go. Well, that's a great play.
Tony, you're absolutely right. And Marshawn Lynch does a great job. He takes a shot. But Marshawn Lynch and Fred Jackson have really been a ray of sunshine for this offense right now. Great catch. He goes down. He gets up. Not a very good throw once again by Trent Edwards. I'm not sure he's going to throw the ball down the field. Everything seems to be that short pass to the tight end or the wide to the backs. Not feeling it as of yet, but you know what? At least he's getting completions. The confidence will build.
And Leon Williams missed the tackle in the open field, allowing him to get up, make the contact, bounce out of bounds, and pick up a first down. Bills, 1 timeout, 31 seconds left. Looking for the go-ahead score. Edwards taking off. Lost the ball as he went down, but he'll be ruled down. Bills have to take a timeout here or clock it quickly. Edwards looking to the sideline. They say timeout. They got to do it quick, guys, and they finally get it with 15 seconds. No, those 4 seconds running off there now limits what you're going to do on this down.
It's absolutely not even a question. End of that play, snap up and call the timeout. You know, we've seen such poor clock management this year in the National Football League. It's sometimes mind-boggling what quarterbacks are thinking and coaches are thinking. This play is dead. Trent Edwards must be worried. The minute he gets up, man, snap up and call a timeout. It's that simple. No questions asked. You've got one left. Down. You got one left at that point. Use it.
Alex Hall made the tackle. You clearly saw by the freeze that he was down with his knee before the ball came out as he was extending.
But you mentioned that he looked to the sidelines. He's a second-year quarterback. He's started 18, 19 games. You don't think he has to look for the coach?
He's a smart guy.
I think he's a very smart guy, but I think you look at the coach.
You know, you have to understand as the quarterback, you manage the game. We use all those words.
Now, he was first looking towards Lee Evans, towards the left side, top of the screen. What happened to Evans in coverage? Says he was open, and as he scrambled, became more open. That's all the way across the field. Yeah, and no timeouts here, remember. 15 seconds left.
Yeah, and you're close. You may be able to complete one in play and go up and spike the ball immediately, but that's risky with 15 seconds. That's right on the bubble.
Around the 8, Edwards throws to the end zone. Almost a 4th interception of the half as Rodney Poole had his hands on it. Now down to 11 seconds left with no time.
That's the precise timing that was not there. It was just a hair late. If this ball is out of his hand a little quicker, he will hit Roscoe Parrish. Now, ball. You can't wait till he gets around that linebacker. You've got to wait till he gets around Wembley and anticipate him coming into that hole. Poole does a great job of breaking up, but better timing, he was able to squeeze it in.
How much they miss Josh Reed in situations like this. Again, no timeouts. Got to be end zone or they're not going to get points. Edwards. Down to 5 seconds, can't stay alive forever. Now throws it to the front row. He'll get a field goal attempt with 3 seconds remaining in this first half.
It brings your heart right out of your skin when a guy stands there like that as the clock is going and going and going.
The clock's running down. If you get sacked, you end up not even attempting the field goal. Wow, these Buffalo fans are a little bit on the edge of their seats. Well, most of them are standing, so they're not even sitting.
They're standing for warmth. Yeah. If you're just joining us, right. 27 degrees right around there at kickoff. Northwest wind at about 10, so the wind chill's near 20. The wind at the back of Ryan Lindell, 47 in a row, inside 40. And from 26 yards, the final play of the half is a field goal, and it is 13-10 Cleveland at the break. The Browns will get the ball first in the third quarter. Sloppy both ways in the first half. Browns 13, Bills 10. Toyota halftime show. Chris Berman.
All right, Michael, thank you very much.
Set for quarter number 3 on Monday Night Football. Ralph Wilson Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. Feels like it is in the low 20s with the wind chill, but no snow here as the Bills came back from down 13-0, make it a 13-10 game. Mike Tirico, Tony Kornheiser, Ron Jaworski. Michelle Tafoya is down on the field. We'll talk to her if her teeth stop chattering momentarily. Okay, where do we adjust here, Ron, for the second half?
You know, I think the Bills, they have to continue what they did in the second quarter. They got the running game going. The first quarter was a passing game. Trent Edwards struggled with the passing game. Now you get the running game going. The play-action pass game will come. That's where you get the explosive plays.
What's the column to write here through 30 minutes?
If you're in Buffalo, the column you write is how lucky can you get if you're the Bills. You've dropped 3 in a row in the division. This is a playoff game. You lose this, you're done. Your quarterback throws 3 interceptions early, and you get out of that only down 6 love. You give up 1 more touchdown to 13. You close with not a touchdown pass as much as a Marshawn Lynch touchdown run on a 1-yard pass, and you're within striking distance at 13-10. If you're Buffalo, it's how lucky can you get, and if you're Romeo Crennel, you're banging the furniture somewhere because you could have put this away.
The wind will be at the back of the Bills for the third quarter. We see Joshua Cribbs' historic perspective through his first 4 NFL seasons as a return man.
I thought it was Josh Cribbs.
It is Josh. His mom calls him Joshua.
There we go.
And Michelle asked him when we met with the Browns yesterday, do you prefer Josh or Joshua? And I'm so used to hearing Joshua. He said, no, my mom is the one who calls me Joshua.
His mom.
You can just call me Josh. So.
He's a local for me, Dunbar High School in Washington, D.C.
So we'll stick to Josh and let Mom use Joshua.
Talk about his Dunbar days, his high school, a great basketball school. Learned to play on the concrete there. Toughened him up a little bit. Get a chance to return one from a yard and a half deep. Buffalo special teams always good. Coached by Bobby April. Bring him down at the 25, and let's check in with Michelle Tafoya.
Well, I spoke with both coaches at halftime, and Tony, Romeo Crennel was not, throwing furniture around. He was actually okay with their position in the game. He said of his quarterback, Brady Quinn, they're testing him more than he got tested last week. They're forcing him to execute. As long as we protect him, he can make plays. Now, Dick Duran said of Trent Edwards, he's such a good player, but he's a young player, and you have to live with his young mistakes. We're living with them now.
Thank you, Michelle. Michelle lost the hat from the Teams at 20 reports in Monday Night Countdown. I guess it's warming up down there. I see her shaking her head. What are you, crazy? The 25, Jamal Lewis runs to the right. Gains 3 to about, the mark of 2. 27. Well, how have our quarterbacks done? Both second-year guys, both out of the same draft in 2007. Brady Quinn got off to a slow start, had one very good drive. For Trent Edwards, 3 interceptions in the first quarter, and then settled down in the middle of that second quarter. Made a couple of passes downfield, but not very far downfield. 5 of the 8 Edwards completions have gone to Marshawn Lynch. Braylon Edwards threw a block, but as Lewis cut it back, Coach Simpson was waiting for him. Only gained him about a yard. Third down, and at the bottom of your screen, we'll take you through the numbers halfway through.
The Bills did get their running game going in that second quarter, and that's been the difference right now. Got them back in the football game. Total yards, the Bills just slightly ahead. But in this situation, in the first half, the Bills chose to pressure Brady Quinn with the blitz. Let's see if they continue that.
Jason Wright is the back.
It's a creep look, Mike, where they all creep around near the line of scrimmage trying to break down the protection schemes, and here they come.
Nobody had their hand on the ground. Quinn throws underneath. Winslow catches it as Brian Scott fell down. First down for Cleveland at the 43-yard line. Flag down. Only one penalty for 5 yards against Buffalo in that first half.
Pass interference, offense, number 12. 10-yard penalty, replay, third down.
Number 12 is Cindric Steptoe, first-year man out of Arizona.
Well, you have to believe that's why Kellen Winslow was so wide open on the play coming across. Teams like to call that a rub. Some people call it a pick, which is illegal, so you use the term rub to free up on that crossing route.
Saw 65 in the Browns huddle. Eric Steinbach, he's gone the whole game. Had a torn oblique. It was a warm-up decision, and he warmed up okay and played. Quinn, Marcus Stroud waiting for him, so he gets rid of it, incomplete. It's been a good show so far for the former Jacksonville Jaguar.
Yeah, Marcus Stroud has been very, very active. You know, he is a good pressure player up the middle. That's where he likes to come. He likes that bull rush right there, and you can see for a guy his size, the outstanding athleticism.
See Stroud very careful not to fall right on Quinn to get a fine or a penalty. Fans start getting excited as Parrish, top punt return average-wise, waits to get his hands on it, but Zastudil kicked a short one that knuckles away. So the Bills will take it over right around the 40-yard line. Officially 41 on the punt, and Trent Edwards gets back on the field after this.
A cast iron V8 block makes your truck weigh more. You want the aluminum one that lets you tow more. That's having your cake and eating it too. Available on the full-size Tundra, the truck that's changing it all. Most half-ton exhaust manifolds are built the old-fashioned way. You ask for headers born from racing and built for power. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Available on the full-size Tundra, the truck that's changing it all.
In sports, winning the championship 3 times in a row is extremely rare. In NASCAR, it's only happened once. Until now. Congratulations to Jimmy Johnson, Chad Knaus, and Team 48 on your incredible 3rd consecutive NASCAR Sprint Cup championship. From all your fans at Lowe's.
We got it!
Got what?
The Grail. 50 million credit cards, IDs, account numbers, everything.
The Grail. You said we couldn't hack the network?
So we took it, all of it.
Guys, that's an IBM server. It's got cryptographic coprocessors, RACF, Mondo encryption. I can't break that.
Guess we'll have to take it back then.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by Miller Lite. Reach for the original. Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Lowe's, for all your home improvement needs. Lowe's, let's build something together. Toyota, moving forward. And NFL.com. Vote for the 2009 Pro Bowl at NFL.com/Pro Bowl.
Well, they have 2 statues of liberty up here in Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. It's such a big city that we need
parallel universe that we live in.
Some of the architecture downtown. A very cold night here in Buffalo. Feels like it's in the high teens with the wind chill now. Bills taking over at their own 39-yard line, and Lynch. Marshawn goes to the left, gains about 3.5 yards. Charles?
Now, Mike, in that first half, Edwards really struggled with anticipation. Here he wants to get the ball back to the inside, but he's got to read that linebacker. As we spin this around, he's got to see the linebacker, Davis, and throw off him. In other words, with the nice cushion, throw the ball out in front of James Hardy. He does not. The ball was just a little bit late and a little bit behind Hardy. And in this league, linebackers can make plays like that. You saw the great hands of a linebacker making it almost like a wide receiver, but clearly Davis did a good job. But in that throw, Trent Edwards has to anticipate quicker and get the ball out in front so his wide receiver, James Hardy, catches the ball in stride.
Cleveland Browns shaken up on the play was Sean Smith. Smith, who injured his calf in the first half and was questionable to return, did come back here in the second half and was hurt on the first play. Let me also point out on the other side of the ball, a defensive injury. Jabari Greer for Buffalo, the cornerback, has injured his knee, and he is out for the rest of the game. So both defenses with some big losses. As they look at Smith, we'll step out.
Arrest for kidnapping.
Thursday.
Are you saying that kidnapper is your father?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Detective Sam Tyler will learn the truth about his family. ABC's Life on Mars. All new Thursday, 10/9 Central on ABC.
Defensive lineman for Cleveland, Sean Smith, assisted off the field. Do not see Sean Jones, the safety, who went out in the first half with a knee injury. A knee kept him out for a quarter of the season right after the opener. 2nd and 6. This is Lynch. Working to get back to the line of scrimmage. Pushed out of bounds by Andre Davis. Trent Edwards is barely throwing the ball to the line of scrimmage. Never mind past it at this point.
Seems afraid to go downfield.
Well, you know, obviously 3 interceptions. Reticent. Yeah, I would say.
I didn't want to say.
I would say afraid. I would say afraid.
Okay, well, then you say afraid.
After you throw 3 picks, you're going to be very careful where you throw the football. If the receiver isn't wide open, he's going to the check down of the wide rather quickly. Can't blame him. He's trying to find his rhythm.
You see it there, only 2 completions to the wide receivers. One was a short one to Steve Johnson on a 3rd down. The other one to Roscoe Parrish. 3rd and 3. Edwards hitching, now throwing, and it's complete. There's the deepest throw of the game. A first down to Steve Johnson. 2nd catch of the season in the career of the 7th-round pick out of Kentucky, a pickup of 21.
Outstanding job by the Buffalo Bills offensive line Trent Edwards standing back there in the pocket, surveying the field. He probably had like 4 seconds on this play. Looked right, looked left, down the middle. He finds Johnson, makes a terrific throw with Willie McGinnis deep down the field, in the middle of the field. He gets it right behind him. Excellent throw by Trent Edwards.
Lynch to the right. Trying to outrun Eric Wright. And pushed out of bounds by Mike Adams. Good first down pickup, about 4 or 5.
Going back to Trent Edwards a little bit, we get the opportunity to meet with quarterbacks every week. We've met with Trent Edwards twice over 2 years. I think he's very, very bright, and I think he's clearly fueled by anger. He remembers every slight that ever happened to him. He knows exactly who was drafted ahead of him. Jamarcus Russell and Brady Quinn. The Lions took Drew Stanton. Miami took John Beck. Philly took Kevin Cobb. I mean, when he even recites those names, you can hear it dripping with sarcasm that they were taken ahead of him. I like a guy fueled by anger. I like that.
2nd and 6 out of the gun. Fred Jackson, good running in the first half. Only able to gain a couple of yards. The ball came down without a whistle. This ball is live. And Ataya Rubin for Cleveland has recovered. It seemed like everybody stopped on the play. There was no whistle, and Rubin recovers at the 37-yard line. That would be, if it stands, the 4th Buffalo turnover. Nope, the ball clearly out, punched out by Brandon McDonald, the corner who lost his starting position. It looked like Jackson was down, but his hand went down to keep balance, not the knee. Punched out by McDonald, recovered by Rubin.
Life is about the small things. All the things we never think about, yet desperately depend on. It's the things that make a Camry a Camry.
Whoa. It has no keyboard. And then, did it just click? You've never clicked a screen before. Is that supposed to happen? Is it supposed to feel so right? It feels like a keyboard, just no keys. What kind of mad genius is behind this? Oh, right.
America's largest 3G network introduces the world's first touchscreen BlackBerry. Only from Verizon Wireless.
On the next episode of NFL Network's Thursday Night Football, there is a place where few can survive. It is the territory of one man who defends it with unyielding force. Trespass, and you will be cast off.
Oh, he's hit!
Of Polamalu Island. When all you want is football, there's a place that has it all. NFL Network's Thursday Night Football. Bengals, Steelers.
In one of the most anticipated games of the year, dreams of a national title hang in the balance. Saturday Night Football on ABC. Texas Tech, Oklahoma. Saturday at 8 Eastern. College football lives here.
Well, hard running has gotten the job done for Fred Jackson thus far tonight, but we looked at a couple more angles during the timeout, and clearly the second-year man fumbled the ball. And Dick Duran's defense has put in a lot of tough holes of late. Ridiculous number of turnovers in this quarter of the season. Quinn adjusting the play from the 37. Brady gives it to Jamal Lewis. 4.5, just close to the 42. One more peek at the turnover. 4th of the night.
Duran told us the other day as to why they've lost so many games in a row. There's no real secret. We turn the ball over significantly more than we had and significantly less than our opponents. When that happens, you tend to lose. They're -10 on the year. It's one of the worst turnover ratios in the entire league.
Yeah, the loss probability in the league this year, if you're -1 or worse, you lose 77% of the time. Consequently, if you're +1 or better, you win 70% of the time.
Quinn design run. There's a ton of room over here. That fake came beyond the line of scrimmage to hold the safety for a minute. Brady runs out of bounds with a gain of 8 at midfield. First down, Cleveland.
Listen to Jaws. The last time he ran, you said, Brady, either slide or get out of bounds. Listen to you.
I tried to give him some advice. When you get outside, either slide or get out of bounds. He'll last a lot longer in this league by running out of bounds.
Too Took a peek at what happened at the end of that play as Quinn ran over toward the Buffalo bench where the offense was sitting. Marshawn Lynch gets up. Who knows what in the world's going on there? What he could be thinking. Get himself 15 yards pretty easy. Eluding the rush of Marcus Stroud, Braylon Edwards, who after that drop early on has not missed the last 5. Didn't get a very generous spot there, a gain of 5.
Yeah, and a nice job once again by Brady Quinn. I love the Jim Zorn term, pocket scrambles. My lips are starting to freeze a little bit here.
Mike's got this in the high teens. I think Rocky Balboa's punching meat in the back of this booth. In the zeros. Easy for you to say.
2nd and 5. Flash package with Cribbs taking a direct snap. He gave it to Wright. A penalty marker was down. Sometimes you see when teams go to these different formations, alignment issues happen. Let's check the flag here.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 73 was lined up on the end of the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
Yeah, we just saw Braylon Edwards make a terrific catch, and he's had an uneven evening. Here you'll see right here. Good throw by Brady Quinn. Look at him cradle the football. Catching it with his forearms rather than his hands. And hold on to the football. Don't worry about bracing yourself. But he comes back and does a great job here. That's how you catch the football. Look, it right as his eyes. You can see the ball coming into his hands. Terrific throw. That's how you catch the football. There he is right there. Yeah, in my hands. Don't cradle it.
Remember when he was having the problems before the Giants game with drops, he told us he spent extra time on the jugs machine and he was double catching the ball. Lack of confidence, catching it and squeezing it a second time. Not natural. Like when you see Bolden and Fitzgerald out in Arizona catch it. Pressure picked up. Quinn's pass was deflected by Spencer Johnson. The 5th-year man out of Auburn did a nice job to get his hands up. Bills are very good as a defensive line knocking down passes, doing it a dozen times in the first 9 games of the season.
And Bill Kohler, their defensive line coach, does a really good job of coaching. You say, yeah, you can coach batted balls. You know, when you don't get pressure or when you do, look at the quarterback's eyes. Look where he is. And the last second, throw your hands up there. You see Spencer Johnson do a great job right there. Yeah, he was being blocked. He was able to look back at the quarterback and see him throw the football, get his hands up and knock the ball down.
Confusion, Buffalo defense. Timeout taken by the Bills. Bills were running all around, point who is covering what. And they stop it before Durham's head.
If you plan on building, furnishing, or remodeling your home, or you're just tired of paying retail, don't spend another dollar. Now, you can enjoy an incredible selection of top quality name brand products priced up to 50% less than retail. Take the first step towards saving hundreds or even thousands of dollars on nearly anything for your home. Call for your free Direct Buy Insider's Guide to Buying Direct and learn what retailers don't want you to know. Each full color page of the Insider's Guide is packed with powerful information. Discover some of the hundreds of thousands of products available from over 700 name brand manufacturers. Everything, including furniture, cabinets, appliances, flooring, lighting fixtures, and so much more, all without retail markups. At Direct Buy, you can't afford to miss this valuable opportunity. Call the number on your screen now to get your own Direct Buy Insider's Guide. You'll also receive a visitor's pass and map to the Direct Buy showroom nearest you. The sooner you call, the sooner you'll be buying direct. So call now.
Attention taxpayers, do you owe back taxes? Are you facing an IRS lien or wage garnishment? Then call the Rely On Group right now to immediately end wage garnishments. Remove tax liens and eliminate IRS and state tax penalties. Call the number on your screen now to find out how we can help you cut your tax liabilities by 50% or more.
Tax relief is just a phone call away. Call 800-961-5671. That's 800-961-5671.
Rivalry week. Say that when it's 15 degrees outside, huh? Texas Tech, Oklahoma. The Big 12 South just gives us a game of the year every month. And here it is now in primetime in Norman. Brett Musburger, Kirk Herbstreit have it Saturday night on ABC. Penn State in the afternoon. Michigan, Ohio State at high noon. What a great college football weekend on ESPN and ABC this weekend.
I love that Texas Tech offense. Fun to watch. Creep defense by the Bills. Everyone creeping around the line of scrimmage.
Not one hand on the ground. How many are coming? 4. Quinn goes for Edwards. Got it. First down at the 28-yard line. Big 22-yard third down pickup in front of Coach Simpson.
Yeah, excellent job by Brady Quinn hanging in the pocket in a third and long situation. You know the ball has to be thrown down the field. Edwards does a really good job of settling in that void right there before Coach Simpson can get over and make a play. But good anticipation on the throw by Brady Quinn. What the Bills corner must do is just relax a little bit more. Don't worry about the 2 or 3 yard pass in front of you on 3rd and 15. Drop back, take away the deep throw. Defensive mistake by the Bills.
Browns first third down conversion of the night. From the 27, Lewis takes it for 2 to the 25-yard line.
They really need offense. Their numbers are so down. You know, last year they were the number 8 on total offense in the entire league. This year, going into this game, they were number 27. Their passing was down from 12 to 25. They're rushing from 10 to 21. This was supposed to be a great year for the Cleveland Browns, and now it basically goes to Brady Quinn to resuscitate the entire team.
25, big pressure up the middle. Kavika Mitchell getting there again. Boom. Forcing him down.
The Bills are doing a great job of anticipating the snap count of Brady Quinn. He's got to change up that count. He's got to hold the line of scrimmage. The Bills are doing a really good job as that ball is snapped. They were timing their blitz. No chance for Brady Quinn. But more importantly, no chance for the pass protection to adjust.
Ryan Denny ended up with a hit, but all the pressure from Mitchell up the middle. Let's see what the Bills do defensively this time on 3rd and long.
Well, they're putting their hand in the ground this time, Mike. They're going to bring a 4-man rush.
Jason Wright is the back next to Quinn. He releases. Brady's pass is complete to Cedric Steptoe. That's a good game because it gets you to the 26. It picks up 8 and may give you a chance to get a more reasonable field goal into the win.
No question about it. I was watching the kickers before the game, and clearly at this end of the field, you're going into the win. The ball hits a wall, so clearly that 7 or 8 yards made a difference. And watch this tackle by Paul Posluszny. The tackling machine leads the Bills 82 tackles, and he's all over the place.
All right, Phil Dawson. You see the wind up top is confusing from the wind down beneath. It swirls here from 43 yards. Got it off and got it on line. A good kick. 2 good poor weather kickers here tonight in Lindell and Phil Dawson. That's his third.
In Cleveland.
Right. 16-10 Browns lead.
Having a half-ton with the most legroom and a fancy rear seat is great. But truckers want to know if it's still got some truck left in it. We'll put it this way. If it'll draw bar pull 6,400 pounds of dead weight, towing 10,100 pounds is a walk in the park. Hello, Dolly. Available on the full-size Tundra. The truck that's changing it all.
These freaks whatever you want.
If it's not one of us, kill it.
The guys used to laugh when I hit the rifle range at lunch. Ain't so funny now, is it?
I'll see peace back on Earth if I gotta murder every one of these animals with my own bare hands.
Rated M for mature.
Trey Wingo here, be with us Tuesday on NFL Live. Jets defensive tackle Chris Jenkins joins us to talk about the huge game against Tennessee. NFL Live, Mondays 3:30, Tuesday through Friday, 4 o'clock, right here on ESPN.
Back at Ralph Wilson Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. Just a dozen miles southeast of Buffalo. Romeo Crennel's team, 3-6. The Browns have lost 3 of their last 4. Their victories at Cincinnati over the Giants. How did that happen? By 21 over the Giants.
It's the greatest single win of the year in the NFL.
Most inexplicable for sure. By 6 over Jacksonville. Another line drive kick. It runs into the body of the fullback, Corey McIntyre, and is picked up by Fred Jackson. It's a nice job to have Jackson there for the returns as the up guy at the 42. Some hits on the sideline, but no flags come down. Well, remember the great days. 2 decades ago, Marv Levy, Jim Kelly starting at Buffalo with that terrific record, winning 2 out of every 3 games that they played, making 4 Super Bowls, losing all 4 of those Super Bowls at the start of the 90s. Since then, it has been a series of names like Flutie and Rob Johnson and Greg Williams as a coach, and a struggle. Under 500 record and only 2 playoff appearances. Jim Kelly, who still calls this area home, our former ESPN colleague, and many of the former Bills have been thirsting to see this team get back to the playoffs. Their last playoff moment, the Music City Miracle in Nashville for the Tennessee Titans, 99. Trent Edwards, let it pass to Marshawn Lynch. Stop me if you've heard that before. Big hit on the sideline, just a gain of a yard.
They've really had a rough time in the last decade. You know, they've gone through, they're on their 4th coach now. They had Wade Phillips and Greg Williams and Mike Mularkey, and now Dick Jauron. They don't make the playoffs often. All of those guys, none of those guys rather has an above 500 record as a coach. Wade Phillips was 8-8 in the first year of the decade. They were a great story, and they have become largely irrelevant in the modern NFL.
2nd and 9, 43. Edwards taking off. Look out. Met near midfield on the hard hit with a flag down. DeQuell Jackson out of Maryland made that stop. Flags down back behind the line of scrimmage.
Trent Edwards losing his confidence in the pocket. It was crystal clear to me there when he felt the pressure. He did not move to throw the football.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Illegal use of hand, offense, number 71. Illegal contact, defense, number 24. Those fouls all set. We play 2nd down.
Second and 9. And Jaws, I'm so glad you made that point, because I almost said it during the play. It's almost like he doesn't even want to keep looking downfield. Like, oh, is there a check down? Oh, I can run. He doesn't feel like he can do it right now.
Yeah, it's a void, reset, and throw. It's a void right now, tuck the ball and run. He's not feeling the confidence, not seeing the field with clarity. So consequently, you go with something that you feel comfortable with, tucking the ball, try to gain a few yards, rather than risk a tough throw and another interception.
So replay 2nd and 9 with Marshawn Lynch the back. Nothing going on. Gets rid of it. I give credit to the Browns defense, which is hard to do, and these fans are continuing to get on Edwards. Remember, this is a Browns defense that gave up nearly 1,000 yards and 71 points in their last 2 games.
I got a question for you, Jaws. Is there such a thing as having too much time back there? Does Edwards have so much time that he's paralyzed?
But
he's not doing anything with it.
I would agree with your paralysis, note, but no, there's no such thing as too much time. But I also think that when you look at right now, Turk Schonel must understand he is getting protection. Let's call some plays. Let's dial up some plays where we do take our shot down the field.
Browns mostly have been doing it with 4 men pressuring. Here come the 4 again. And there's another pass to Lynch. Marshawn making it happen, gets the first down with good hard running. Okay, Lynch keep going. They're going to mark his forward progress up there near the 44-yard line. It's terrific effort by Lynch, who's saving his quarterback's bacon here tonight.
Well, those checkdowns are working anyway. He's looking downfield and dumping it down. And here you see, once again, good protection. He steps up, boom, right down to Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch in the open space, certainly making people miss.
Those numbers say it all day. We've not seen Lee Evans catch a ball tonight. 37 on the year. Jackson, small, then getting big to come through the hole. It's a good first down run game for Buffalo. Sean Rogers getting some air on the sideline.
You know, you can really see the difference in Marshawn Lynch and Fred Jackson. I mean, we're up here and you look down the field, and whenever I see Jackson get the ball, he's just that downhill runner getting positive yards. Marshawn Lynch, still a lot of jitterbugging in the hole.
Jackson, left side, going to get the first down. Across the 35-yard line as we approach the 4-minute mark. Just some perspective on the Bills season. Buffalo opening that 4-0 start, then beating San Diego after their bye 5-1. But now you start to see, and Bill Parcells always says, you know, you are what you are. You can say we could have won this game by 3 or 4. The teams they have defeated, Seattle, Jacksonville, Oakland, San Diego, none have a winning record. Their total record is 14-36. Their 4 losses, all to teams with winning records. The 3 in this division and Arizona, the leaders of the NFC West. First down, little play action, get him on the move and out of the pocket, and even that throw was poor to Derek Fine, incomplete.
On your point about the record and who they play, should Buffalo beat Cleveland tonight, a team under 500, and then they get in a row Kansas City and San Francisco, they could conceivably be 8-4 without ever beating a team with a winning record. And then it would look like a mirage, which in hindsight the 5-1 now looks like.
But the converse of that, Cleveland lived through this last year, going 10-6, only 1 win over an eventual playoff team. It gives you a chance in December to control your fate with your division opponents coming up on the schedule. Good run by Lynch. He ran hard there, Jaws. First down to the 20.
That's how you got to hit the hole. That's how you like to see Marshawn Lynch run the football. He saw that crack. In the NFL, you don't get holes. You get little cracks. Marshawn Lynch saw this on the lead draw. Fullback went inside. He bounces it outside. That's how you run. Good job by the O-line and really good running by Marshawn Lynch.
That was a little crack. You could have driven my bus through that, Jaws. Come on.
Okay, that was a hole.
That's a hole.
Hey, well, Marshawn Lynch is a gaping hole runner. Is that what you want me to say?
14-yard run by Lynch, his longest in his last 3 games. Over 100 combined yards. Spelled by Jackson, who's done a nice job running on first down. You know, and I'm sure, as you see, Brad Butler, who's missed the last 3 games with a knee injury, hobbling and trying to stay in the game, the offensive lineman for Buffalo. He's been part of that problem inside for Buffalo blocking, and able to practice this week and play for the first time in a month.
I mean, this Cleveland defense right now is set up for a play-action pass. I mean, they've been pounding this football through the tackles. I think when Trent Edwards just sticks the ball out, little play-action fake, there's going to be something open down the middle of the field. Because we're getting that predominant cover 2 that leaves the middle of the field open off play-action.
2nd and 4. Jackson, Sean Rogers had him by an arm, able to drag forward for a couple of more yards. Till Andre Davis made the tackle. Well, this is not a huge lead for Cleveland in the second half. They had their 13-0 lead in the first half, but keep in mind, the Browns are the second team in NFL history to lose consecutive home games after having a second-half lead of 13-plus points, what we showed you back in the first half. So even though it was a 13-point lead earlier, this one's on the road. I know 180 miles down Lake Erie's shore, folks in Cleveland are going, we've seen this movie, we know how it ends. Not again. Lynch spinning, bouncing, and there's the come to the ball as the ball comes out, but ruled down by contact. There's the swarm by the Browns defense that they've been missing. Field goal coming.
And Buffalo's going to take the field goal attempt here. Get this back to a manageable 3 points.
You think they made the wrong call, don't you?
Yes, I do. No,
you can say that.
No, I'm not worried about the call. I believe you're protecting your quarterback a little bit. You know, you can't hide your quarterback in this league. Bench has got to make plays. Marshawn Lynch, again, looking to bounce that to the outside. Got to understand the situation. You have a third about 1.5 yards. Hit it up in there, go over the top. Don't think big play, think first down.
From 31 yards, Ryan Lindell, 36-yarder before. He knocks that through. We have a 3-point game with 22 seconds left in the third quarter. 2 kickers 5 for 5 tonight.
Winning is something that you obtain and you work for together, not just one individual. When we come in here, we know it's about this one thing right here. We trying to get a win, all right?
over eggnog. We're working this holiday party. Refreshing Sierra Mist Cranberry Splash is back. Available in regular and dyed for a limited time. So start a new holiday tradition now.
You're gonna hit him with the pow pow behind the back. Now spin off of him. Ready? You don't need in and out. Just come to defense there.
Me? I'm fast. That's why I use the BlackBerry Bold with AT&T 3G speed. I can surf the internet fast, download attachments fast, and send them to my colleagues fast. Excuse me for a sec. It's good to be fast.
Only AT&T has the new BlackBerry Bold, the fastest BlackBerry ever. Only on the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T.
We gonna dunk on me?
No, he's gonna. I'm gonna lift you up.
We mentioned college football's rivalry weekend. Michigan State, Penn State, Joe Paterno, an opportunity to win the Big Ten championship and perhaps return to the Rose Bowl, taking on the Sparties. Antonio has a good team, and they will go on the road to see if they can knock off Penn State. That's on ABC, plus other regional action. Check your local listing for the game in your area, 3:30 Eastern Time on Saturday. Tony and Jaws, we mentioned the 13-point leads Cleveland has blown at home the last two games. They were up 13 here. If they blow this lead, it's NFL history. No team has ever blown 3 consecutive 13-point leads throughout the game. So the Browns messing with history as they have given away a good part of that early lead. Josh Cribbs couldn't catch it. From the 3, he is smacked hard and brought down shy of the 20-yard line. Jason Wright for the Browns shaking up on the play.
Exactly what you're saying, Mike, about the possibility of defensive lapses making defensive history. That's going to fall on Romeo Crennel, right? Because he is a defensive guy. Romeo Crennel has had 3 soap operas bubble up on him within the last few weeks, starting with Kellen Winslow in the fight with management when he said the Cleveland Browns treated him like a piece of meat over the non-disclosure of what turns out to be a staph infection. You have the replacement of Derek Anderson with Brady Quinn. If it works, people say, Romeo, why did you wait so long? If it doesn't work, they get on him for even making the switch with only 1 day of practice. Then the third soap opera is when Jamal Lewis brings the word quitter into the lexicon of the Cleveland locker room. And a lot of this falls on Romeo Crennel, which is why there's even speculation, that Romeo Crennel, having signed an extension last year, might not be the coach next year. There's a lot of swirl around the Cleveland Browns.
It's a difficult circumstance that he's been in on many fronts, and so many of them have to deal with miscommunication. Within the Winslow situation, the quarterback situation coming out, Ron, on a Monday afternoon before a Thursday game at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, a little bit later and in a short week. So a lot of that falls to, well, is everybody on the same page in these issues?
You have to win in the locker room first. I think a coach must control his locker room. He must bring players into that locker room that understand everything must go through him. Sometimes, loose lips sink ships, and that seems to be what's happening a little bit in Cleveland. Players go out and do what they want to do. That's when teams get in trouble.
The overriding factor, I believe, is that they were 10-6 last year and put on the fast track by the NFL as a sexy team, even though all the teams they beat weren't necessarily good teams. And they've sort of been anointed, and even Romeo uses the phrase disappointment all year long, the hype and the disappointment. They gave us the great game against the Giants. It's supposed to be a season-changing event, and it hasn't been.
Yeah, and we actually thought, and when we spoke to Romeo and the players, we thought after that game that would get them on a roll. It hasn't done that. They've almost regressed since that big win over the Giants.
I mentioned Jason Wright was injured on that kickoff, and they were looking at him as he was sitting down. He's walking off under his own power back toward the locker room to get x-rayed, I would imagine, taking that hit there. I think it was Blake Costanzo from Buffalo we made contact with, and along with one of the trainers, he goes up to the tunnel to our right, where both teams enter and exit from. Wright, one of the backup running backs for Jamal Lewis. Jerome Harrison is the other one, and Harrison is in the game. Third-year man out of Washington State. Quinn moves the pocket and throws to Braylon Edwards, who's having one of his best games of the season, right at the mark for a first down in front of Terrence McGee.
Just to tag the thing on Romeo Crennel, we asked him yesterday, well, who do you go to when life gets tough? And he said, I've got a cousin who's not in football. He's got a good read on people. I went to him. His cousin is Gary. He owns a towing service in Lynchburg, Virginia called Bubbles Wrecking Service. And I said, well, what does he tell you? He said, you got to throw that clipboard, Romeo. He doesn't think Romeo gets mad enough.
Fourth quarter coming up here. We need a tow truck if they lose 3 in a row after 13-point leads.
Come on, we're late. Move, people. Boss, we're 2 continents behind schedule.
Oh, hold your eggnog. I'm building my own Capital One credit card. I'll go with cash back and a jolly good rate.
But, sir, the reindeer are getting antsy.
Now I'm going to upload a photo from my beach house.
Mrs. Claus is a lucky woman, sir.
Yes, she is.
Personalize your card at Capital One Card Lab. Choose your rewards, interest rate, even upload your own image at CapitalOne.com.
What's in your wallet? Let's roll.
Hey, Coach Billick, I need some frost brewed refreshment, and Big D won't share any of his cold Coors Light.
Come on, D. Come on, D.
Fine.
Now, Coach, to your left in the stands, someone's getting into that Coors Light we set aside for you for after the game.
Oh, no! That is just wrong.
Frost Brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Don't worry, Coach. Ed's going to go get us all some more Coors Light.
Go, Ed! Go, Ed! Go, Ed!
Coach says you better go, Ed.
$5 footlong.
Subway, home of the famous $5 footlong. Lots of fresh, delicious footlongs for just $5 each. Fill up on a footlong today.
At Subway.
Are you gonna go for it?
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
No, crazy is not connecting your new flat screen to DirecTV and missing out on your favorite channels in HD.
Get the most TV for your money. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
We go to the fourth quarter, Ralph Wilson Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. With Tony Kornheiser, Ron Jaworski, Michelle Tafoya. Our producer, Jay Rothman, director, Chip Dean, and our awesome crew braving the temperatures that are in the low 20s on a windy, cold November night. Each team a field goal in the third. Browns lead by 3. Toss to Jerome Harrison, who's been a wrinkle that adds speed to this lineup. Right there. But Race Harrison, not gonna get him. Touchdown. Jerome Harrison opens the fourth with a 72-yard touchdown.
That is a terrific change-up back. You pound it with Jamal. You pound it with Jamal. All of a sudden, you come with the quickness of Jerome Harrison, who splits the defense. He follows the block of Charles Ali, cuts it back inside, gone. You know, a depleted secondary right now for the Buffalo Bills, caught out of position as Harrison takes it to the house.
Yeah, Dante Whitner went out a few plays ago with that shoulder injury, and they weren't there to clean up. Keith Ellison, the linebacker, overran it by a little bit, and Harrison turned the speed on. Dawson on for the extra point. So the Browns had only 69 rushing yards through the first 3 quarters. And then Brady Quinn gave it to Jerome Harrison, and the best seat in the house for a 72-yard touchdown.
America's biggest automobile company and its dealers want to help get you the loan you need. It's General Motors financing that fits, offering access to millions of dollars and hundreds of lenders to help get you behind the wheel. It's our way of putting you and America in the driver's seat. During the Red Tag event, the price on the tag is the price you pay. Get a Sierra for $18,913 for a total value of $7,202. See your local Buick, Pontiac, GMC dealer.
So this is it, huh? Yeah, the IBM Blade Center. It's like 12 times as energy efficient as our old rack servers.
It'll help make us green?
It'll help make us very green.
How?
Like this.
Does this happen every time?
Yeah, pretty much.
The IBM Blade Center with Intel Xeon processors.
Biggie.
It's very rare.
The internet says there's 10 of them left.
Let's ask our experts.
Looks like a cat. Looks like a panther. Speaking of the Panthers, what do we like in the NFC South this year? Well, historically, the bottom team one year wins it the next.
That's great news for the Falcons.
Tune into the best team in football. Sunday NFL Countdown presented by IBM, Sundays at 11.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by the GMC Sierra, the official vehicle of the NFL. Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Quiznos, Quiznos, love what you eat. And IBM, when you're ready to stop talking innovation and start doing. Visit IBM.com/doing.
That's a beautiful shot. I haven't seen that very often. Aerial shot at night of Niagara Falls, the U.S. and the Canadian side. And the fortunes of the Bills falling a little bit with that Jerome Harrison run. 72 yards, his first NFL rushing touchdown, and the longest run by a Cleveland Brown since Reuben Drones in 2005. Reuben has since moved on to the Giants. Point lead. Lewis McKelvin on the kick return. Had a couple of good ones tonight. Has a third good one. McKelvin, kicker's got an angle, but a great comeback by McKelvin, who might take it all the way. Oh, touchdown, Buffalo! For Leotis McKelvin, who had a long one last week that didn't go to the house. Second consecutive Monday night we've had a touchdown return for a kickoff, off a kickoff. Second consecutive Monday night in Buffalo we've had a kickoff return for touchdown.
And Mike, you called it. You said McKelvin had been close a couple times. That time the seam just opened up for him. You could see his explosive speed. Once he got through the wedge, he was gone.
Lindell for the extra point. Bobby April, the special teams coach, one of the best ever in the NFL. They dial up another one, and the fans enjoy it in Orchard Park.
How great is this? To come right back from a touchdown and get your own touchdown and get back in the game in front of your home fans just when they began to think, ooh, we're going to lose this one. Cleveland's better than us. Boom! You get a touchdown like this. Very cool.
Spencer Johnson, a great block at the point. Josh Cribbs, who talks about how much he loves being on kickoff coverage. That energy he uses all game. Look at him take off after McKelvin. He can sense as a return. He knows the angle's coming. Going to try to get there, but he is out of energy, unable to run him down. And all that Mike Adams and the rest of the Browns special teams can do is just sit and listen to the Bills crowd enjoy themselves.
And the pressure now goes back to Brady Quinn and the Cleveland Browns offense. A very hostile environment here in Buffalo. The Bills defense now must wear the hat. They must make a play to get the ball back for their offense, because that kickoff return certainly has ignited and energized the Buffalo Bills faithful here in Orchard Park.
Is that what you grew up with? Hostility in Buffalo, huh? Were you Mr. Hostile?
You know, you keep talking about those angry quarterbacks. You know, they have a chip on their shoulders.
Well, guys, remember, Josh Cribbs just had to do all the chasing on the kick coverage. 60, almost 50 yards to run to the kickoff, and then 100 back chasing McKelvin. Now he's got to catch his breath and try to be that Pro Bowl kick return guy of his own to get Cleveland and Brady Quinn good field position.
Yeah, and Ryan Lindell will be kicking off into the wind here, so Cribbs should be in a pretty good position to set up the return.
Because of a couple of injuries, the Bills only had 10 out there to return this kickoff. Now they've got 11. Well, pop-up kick by Lindell that's going to go out of bounds and give Cleveland the ball at the 40. So kicking away from Cribbs, affected by the wind, they outsmart themselves.
Free kick, out of bounds, number 5. The ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. First down.
We Guys, I love some of our technology. Tell you how fast the guy gets up to speed. Let's take a look at the #1 draft pick, McKelvin. Reggie Bush hit 22 miles per hour when we were in New Orleans, I believe, on a punt return. Okay, you see a flash at 22 momentarily.
It was 22-1 at one point.
And I think before that touchdown, we were getting ready to show you Jerome Harrison on his run a moment ago. He got up to 20 miles per hour.
Really? Yeah. Wonder what Sean Rogers gets up to.
0.1.
20 miles an hour.
We can see Reggie Bush next Monday night, I hope. We can get that 22 miles per hour going again.
Been out for about 5 games because of his knee injury. Now, conversation here with the officials after that pop-up kick went out of bounds.
I don't know what the question could be. Put it at the 40-yard line, put it in play. Let's go.
We have a correction on the penalty enforcement. The trajectory of the ball went out in advance of the 40-yard line at the 43-yard line. So it'll be Cleveland's ball, 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
That's a good catch by the officials in placing the ball. It's thinking about where the spot is. And much like those kicks that go out of bounds that are onside kicks come back to the spot. That's not an onside kick, but
that's fair.
3 yards of awareness there.
That's right. That's fair.
Okay, what will Buffalo's defense do for a response? Harrison comes back in the game at running back for Cleveland. And Quinn to the air for Dante Stallworth. Well over his head. The coverage, Richie Corner. Would there be a better name for a cornerback in the NFL? And Coach Simpson with that.
And Ryan Denny putting pressure on Brady Quinn, forced him to throw that ball much earlier than he would have liked.
And Stallworth's been a disappointment for these guys. No catches tonight. 11 catches on the season and missing 5 games because of a quad injury. Not exactly what they paid for in free agency.
He's been injury-prone his entire career.
Tight end came in to block, and 2 good blocks get Harrison to the edge. Mika Mitchell sends him to the sideline and towards those heated benches, and a flag comes down late, and Harrison is hurt. You can almost hear the thump. I don't know if Harrison hit the bench as he was shoved to the sideline. Bills trainers keeping him there for a second as the Cleveland crew comes over. Boy, that is a really, really tough flag. It's his last step.
Yeah, it was
inbounds.
He's
inbounds.
I wonder if they're discussing if, in fact...
Yeah, we'll see right there. His foot is inbounds as Kavika Mitchell makes contact.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 59. 15-yard penalty as an illegal run, automatic, first down.
Training staff from both teams was over there helping out Harrison, who is now up and coming off the field. You can't blame Mitchell there at all. I mean, that guy, forget natural reactions. I think he's almost legal because I think his hit and contact comes before Harrison's foot hits the paint.
Excellent run by Harrison, though. Got to the outside.
Yes.
Brian Scott clearly has to have contained there. He let him get to the outside, but should have been no gain. Turns into a first down for the Cleveland Browns because of the speed of Jerome Harrison.
Total of 24. 9 on the run, 15 on the flag. Jamal Lewis comes back in. Brady Quinn throwing. Braylon Edwards tied up with the DB. And incomplete. He and McGee got their feet tangled, and tangled feet, not pass interference.
Yeah, the Browns going for the big play. They went play action, trying to get Braylon Edwards deep down the sideline. You'll see him right here at the top of your screen. They get the matchup on McGee. A little double move, tries to come back inside. The ball had to be thrown pretty quick because there was pressure on Brady Quinn. Spencer Johnson, just as the ball was going out of Brady's hands, put the lick on him.
That's 3 times for the former Minnesota Viking. 4 years in purple, first year here as a Bill. Lewis. All post Lusney. Joining Keith Ellison. 2 linebackers make it 3rd and 8. 30.
Yeah, Brady Quinn, you'll see some people in his face. The Bills have chosen to attack with pressure, bringing 5 or more after the quarterback. And you can see they're getting a lot of bodies around Brady Quinn. Kavika Mitchell up the middle. They've been having success in that A gap, and they've been timing their blitzes very well. Brady Quinn must continue to change up that snap count, not allow that Bills defense to get a beat on the snap count.
3rd and 7. Remember, 2 Buffalo starters, Greer and Whitner, out because of injury in the secondary.
Pressure up the middle again.
And Quinn throws for Harrison on the wheel route. Pulls it in. 1st and goal, Cleveland at the 9. Well placed by Quinn. The game 21.
And a great call by offensive coordinator Rob Chudzinski, anticipating the blitz. That means you're going to get man-to-man coverage. You see number 90, Chris Kelsey. He has coverage on Harrison. You've got a defensive end against a speedy back out of the backfield. No shot. Great call by Rob Chudzinski, anticipating the blitz, anticipating the coverage.
That's pro throw, though, isn't it?
Pro throw.
I mean, that's a guy in his second start, and that's a pro throw.
Nice touch.
The 9, Jamal Lewis left, seeking blocks, trying to push Rex Hadnot in front of him, and got it down to the 5. Important for Buffalo to try to hold the Browns to a field goal and keep it a 1-possession game as we dive inside of 12 minutes.
Dick Duran, the shot of Dick Duran with those deep-set eyes. That's not Dick Duran, of course. That's Dick Duran. He looks to me like a long-distance runner more than a football coach. Thin, wiry,
he played,
sort of purposeful.
He played this game at a very high level as well. He's a terrific coach.
Yale guy.
Certainly was an outstanding player.
Safety with the Lions and the Bengals. 2nd and goal. Good play action. Trying to throw it again out of the backfield for Lewis. That time Ellison was there, who may have tweaked that right leg a little bit as he came down awkwardly. And we'll have 3rd down coming up from the 5.
Yeah, that seemed like a dangerous throw.
The play wasn't designed to go there originally. They were trying to get a little boot out to the right with Charles Arlee sneaking back out in flat. It didn't happen. You'll see now it's a throwback play, and Ellison, with great discipline, protects the backside. He sees the ball coming out. He's got Lewis covered. Well, that's smart right there. You don't get sucked in with the rollout. You hold your position. Good job by Ellison.
Cindric Steptoe, Dante Stallworth close to you. Winslow and Edwards to the top. Jamal Lewis is the back. 5 options. Quinn, back of the end zone, Edwards. Nothing doing. Coverage, Coach Simpson.
Yeah, they bracketed Braylon Edwards in the back of the end zone, and Coach Simpson on the inside did a terrific job. Did not allow Braylon Edwards to walk the back line of the end zone. Take a look at it right here. You see Braylon, number 17, push it up, and there's Coach Simpson waiting for him. Does a nice job of not allowing him to uncover on the back line.
Never even saw Brady Quinn after the snap, just hunting down Edwards as to where you're going.
Well, sometimes you got to be careful. You bump a guy like that because you're not aware the ball is coming.
Good from 40, as you see at the beginning, at 34, 43, and 22 now. The field goal kickers keep their perfect night going. The Browns lead by 6. It's on Trent Edwards' racket when we come back.
ESPN College Game Day.
You ready? I'm ready.
The nation's #1 college football show. The guys, the predictions, and the headgear.
Go Buckeyes!
ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot. Saturdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN.
Netflix interviews, take 1.
Oh, Netflix is the best. That little red envelope, when it arrives in the mail.
It's kind of like getting a little gift.
With Netflix, you can never be without a movie. Just go online and choose from over 100,000 DVD titles.
And I love the choice.
The selection's absolutely fantastic.
I think they have pretty much everything you could want under the sun.
With Netflix, there's no late fees.
No due dates.
You can keep the movie as long as you want.
I kept a movie for 4 months. We got our movies really quickly.
Next day for me. Plans start at just $4.99 a month. And now, as an added bonus to your DVDs, watch some movies and TV shows instantly on your PC for no additional fee.
You get DVDs in the mail, but you also can watch movies online instantly.
At no additional cost.
Just click and start watching in as little as 30 seconds.
The thing I like is it's easy. You just click on instant viewing and it's there.
Start your free Netflix trial today.
I'm definitely a Netflix fan.
Netflix. Get DVDs in the mail fast. Plus, some instantly on your PC. Go to trynetflix.com to start your free trial.
Sam storage tip number 7. Remodeling projects go smoother when you get your Sam Store and Move container before you start. For a convenient, more affordable way to store your things, call now and we'll deliver a Sam right when you need it, if not sooner. Or get a Sam for long-distance moves, too.
Turned out to be a good game here tonight. Cleveland 3-6, trying to salvage something out of their season. Buffalo again 5-4, knowing that the other teams in the division ahead of them, the Jets, Miami, and New England, are ahead in the standings as well. 7-3, 6-4, 6-4. Trying to stay within shouting distance of the wild card teams as we head to the final 6 games of the season. Leonis McKelvin third now in the league in kickoff return, so they kick away from him. Pop-up kick, Fred Jackson again, who's handled these well, and field position has been very good for Buffalo here tonight. Go back to a key play on that last drive.
Yeah, play calling's about probability, not certainty, but Rob Chudzinski expected the blitz. Now he had Harrison coming out of the backfield, trying to be covered by a defensive end, and that's just not going to happen. When you get Chris Kelsey covering a running back out the backfield, he's not going to get the job done. Excellent play call, and as Tony alluded to, beautiful touch by Brady Quinn.
Yeah, nice. Quinn's numbers tonight, 11 of 26 now for 147 yards. Not as nice as his numbers in his first start against Denver last Thursday.
But he's got his team up by 6 points. So I'm sure they'll take that in Cleveland. Bad night and a win.
And again, no turnovers. Meantime, Trent Edwards has turned it over 3 times with interceptions. Yet his defense has helped keep him in it. Marshawn Lynch has helped as well. Big night for Lynch into Cleveland territory at the 44-yard line. First down pickup of 14 for the second year back out of Cal.
Bill's offensive line has done a real nice job tonight. Previously, an excellent job by Robert Royal coming around. He was lined up in the backfield. Little misdirection play. Marshawn Lynch follows Royal to the right. Does a real nice job.
139 rushing yards for the Bills tonight, with Lynch and Jackson doing most of the work. Back to Lynch on the ground. He'll only gain about 3. They mentioned Marshawn Lynch, unable to have a 100-yard game rushing this year, his second year, but doing a lot of it with all-purpose yards in the air as well. And some great runs after the catch. 8 catches, 52 yards. That touchdown earlier. A great note on that touchdown as Lynch's total for the night, 128 yards from scrimmage. And good running into that second and third level a couple of times against the Browns. Edwards with time, throws it to Lynch again. Got a good block by Derek Schumann, the backup tight end. First down, Marshawn Lynch at the 31-yard line.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but I would point out that Trent Edwards 3 times this year against Oakland, Jacksonville, and St. Louis. Not great teams, but rallied his team in the fourth quarter to win and come from behind situations. And at one point, his fourth quarter passing rating was 136.6.
Well, why do you have to say not great teams? This is a National Football League. The competition is incredible.
Oakland, St. Louis.
I don't care. He led his team to victory with fourth quarter drives.
They'll be happy to hear that in Oakland and St. Louis.
Fred Jackson comes in with a run for only a yard to the 30-yard line. I mean, again, getting back to my point I was saying a second ago, great number on Marshawn Lynch. We saw Trent Edwards throw it to Lynch, as you know, with his rivalry week in college football. One guy from Stanford, Edwards, Lynch from Cal. They have the big game coming up this weekend. It would be the first time in NFL history that we had a touchdown pass from a Stanford guy to a Cal guy. We had one go the other way around, Cal to Stanford. Yeah, neat stuff.
Ever? Ever?
Second and 9 from the 30. The offensive line waiting on that count for a second after the snap. Fred Jackson with the catch and a run of about 3 yards. We have a penalty marker down.
Well, Duke Preston, the center, clearly snapped the ball early.
Holding, offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty, replay second down.
That's the daily double in film review for Duke Preston. He snapped it on the wrong number and then held.
Trent Edwards was the most surprised guy of all. All of a sudden he had the ball in his hands, and the only people moving were the Browns defenders.
Preston starting his 5th game. Melvin Fowler was the starter, former Brown, but has been replaced as the starter, at least against these 3-4 defenses, and perhaps beyond, by Preston.
Good point. Preston a little heavier than Fowler by about 20 pounds.
2nd and 19. Edwards clutching and throwing. Incomplete for his tight end, Robert Royal. Jaquel Jackson covering.
Yeah, in time, Robert Royal was wide open. Trent Edwards waited for the coverage to get on Royal before he threw the football. He's just not feeling it right now. He's waiting for receivers, not seeing the field with clarity. Robert Royal was open. Trent Edwards holding on to the football.
You need to drop him or no.
He's going to have to make a play. He's going to have to make a play. It's 3rd and 20.
Wind is not at your back going in this direction. It'll be a long field goal. The play clock is down to 3. Edwards, another pass to a running back, Lynch. He can only make it happen so often. Willie McGinnis, the 15-year veteran, makes the play, and no shot at a field goal now. They'll punt it away.
After a while, when the opposing team sees that same play 10, 20, 35 times, they begin to wait on Marshawn Lynch.
Well, that was a screen play set up. It was 3rd and 20, and they were hoping to get some people out in front of Marshawn Lynch and maybe make him miss a few tackles, but the Browns snipped this one out. 3rd and 20. They were ready for it.
Edwards has completed, as you look at Cribbs back to receive, he's completed 14 passes tonight, 10 to his running back Lynch. Fair caught by Cribbs at the 16-yard line. Bill's record for receptions in the game is Andre Reed with 15. Lynch might get there.
Several Bills players purchased season tickets and donated them to various...
You're going to need a wheelman. My job is to get you in. Your job is to drive.
Pink slips! Where are they?
So you're my new driver, eh?
That was quite a run you had the other day.
You're in deep. Exactly where I want you to be.
I want him stopped.
These guys play for keeps.
Look, now I want to see what you got.
We need to take them all down.
How we get things done!
Need for Speed Undercover. Rated T for teen.
Xbox 360. Now starting at $199.
America's biggest automobile company and its dealers want to help get you the loan you need. It's General Motors financing that fits, offering access to millions of dollars and hundreds of lenders to help get you behind the wheel. It's our way of putting you and America in the driver's seat. During the Red Tag event, the price on the tag is the price you pay. Get it on Clip for $32,446 for a total value of $2,419. See your local Buick, Pontiac, GMC dealer.
Hi everyone, Susie Colbert here. Coming up next on the GMC Sierra postgame show, Merrill Hodge and Emmett Smith join me to break down the game. Plus, what did Donovan McNabb's revelation about a tie say about the Eagles? Stay tuned. Mike will see you in a bit.
Thank you, Suze. Stay warm down there. You and Merrill and Emmett of the postgame. Donovan McNabb just treats every game like it's the Super Bowl, that you just play till there's a winner, right, Josh?
Don't take me there. I got to go back to Philly tomorrow.
Maybe he thought it was like an NHL game now that they're all decided at some point.
I mean, he was probably winded from throwing 60 passes. He couldn't think properly.
Tough one for the Eagles as they dropped to 5-4-1.
We needed that one.
The other AFC team from Ohio, the Bengals. Cleveland leads by 6, 7:40 to go. Got a big back, Jamal Lewis. He says this is his time of the game, his time of the year. To the 20-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Struggling on the Buffalo offensive side.
Yeah, we talked about Trent Edwards struggling. I told you Robert Royal was wide open on the play, and he's hold. Give him the ball. Give him the ball. He was wide open. You can't allow the coverage to get to the wide receiver when it's there on time. He had 4.1 seconds to throw the football. Offensive line afforded him great time. He's just not reading coverage and anticipating and getting the ball out of his hand right now.
Up to the Buffalo defense to make a play or a stop. Quinn pressured, ball in the air. And it is intercepted by Coe Simpson. They did make a play. First down, Buffalo at the 20. Kavika Mitchell's third blitz of the game forced it out.
Who do we have? Kreskin in the booth here? They need to make a play.
On Harrison's run, he had speed, and then all of a sudden he took off. Now he gets this one.
Well, again, pressure up the A-gap, right up the middle. You see Kavika Mitchell squarely hits Brady Quinn as he's throwing the football. The ball just goes up in the air, hung like it had helium in it. Coe Simpson does a great job.
You know, it looks like his arm's under the ball there. It's very close, and the Browns are looking to see if they're going to challenge, and they will. Cleveland has thrown its challenge flag. Very close to seeing. The Bills coaches are next to us.
The Cleveland coaching staff is challenging the middle of the field over the interception.
Up here in the press box, and they were trying to encourage these guys to rush the offense out there, get a play going. We'll take some looks at it to see if Coe Simpson has an interception or not. So we're going to replay. No, you see it from the reverse angle. It did hit the nose on the ground.
Ready to change your life, look younger, and be stronger?
I went from a size 38 to a size 30 and lost over 70 pounds.
You too can get remarkable results with Bowflex Home Gyms. All it takes is one simple workout, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week.
When they say you can work out 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, they mean exactly that. You've got to get this DVD. It'll change your life.
Call now for a free DVD that shows how you can get great results with Bowflex Home Gyms.
I gave all of my fat clothes to my fat friends.
Only Bowflex Home Gyms have Power Rod technology, the secret to getting a strong, sculpted body fast.
I am not embarrassed to take my shirt off. I look better. I feel better. My wife gives me that little wink every now and then.
Own your very own Bowflex Home Gym for no money down and payments as low as $14 a month. Be strong, be fit, be Bowflex. Call or go online now for your free DVD that tells you all about Bowflex Home Gyms. Call now.
Howie Mandel here for Buy.com on my holiday season office tour. Whoa! What happened to the holiday spirit here?
No time for holiday spirit. Look at all this.
I got 4 words for you. Buy.com. Now.
Look at all this stuff I got. This new laptop, this Minnow camcorder, and it was free shipping. And I did it all right here at my computer.
So what's your favorite place?
Buy.com is the bomb.
Women ever see you do that?
Women love it, Howie. They look at me and they point and they smile.
That must be love.
Romeo Crennel is the only coach in the NFL, and that includes the coaches who have interim coaches, guys who've taken over the last couple of weeks. The only coach not to challenge this year until tonight and this play, and it's going to work out. As you see, we showed you this angle going to break as Coe Simpson was flying in for the ball from the reverse angle of where you see most of the plays. Nose of the ball hit the ground.
I think you'd have to say then that Crennel was judicious in his use of challenges because he waited till, what, the 10th game?
It's not like you bank them for future use.
Really? It's not like rollover minutes? Oh, I didn't know that.
And the discussion here will be exactly where the ball is because you'll come back to 3rd down, and I believe 3rd and 7 for Cleveland at the 20-yard line.
After reviewing the play, it is an incomplete pass. The tip of the ball hit the ground prior to the defensive back gaining possession. It will be 3rd down on the 20-yard line. Cleveland set the game clock to 6 minutes, 56 seconds. Cleveland will not be charged a team timeout.
And very unlikely in the last 4:51, but if they need to challenge and do it successfully, they would get a 3rd opportunity.
Hadn't done one until the 10th game, it's unlikely to use them all up.
Unlikely, but look, there's been a lot of unlikelies that have happened in the NFL here in the last 24 hours.
Maybe he'll just roll a few out in the next 2 minutes.
All right, the Bills have been successful with their pressure packages. Let's see if they stay with that mode of operation.
Again, no Dante Whitner out with an injury, no Jabari Greer starting corner. They're
bringing pressure again.
Here's Quinn throwing. It is complete for the first down to a thus far quiet tonight Kellen Winslow at the 30-yard line, a pickup of 10. Winslow's second catch of the night.
Excellent job by the Browns offensive line. The Bills did come with the pressure. You see them right up the middle, but Hank Fraley does a good job of holding on to 2 Buffalo Bills up the middle, allowing Kellen Winslow to work down the field beyond the first down sticks, make the nice catch. Good accurate throw by Brady Quinn, keeping the ball down and away from a defender, forcing Winslow to get his numbers down with the football.
Winslow 10 catches last week against Denver. Good job by Brian Scott defending. Jamal Lewis to the right, tackled by the aforementioned safety Scott. We mentioned this at the start of this drive. Jamal Lewis telling us last night we were anticipating the chance of snow perhaps. What kind of games do you like? He said, I love these games. I love this time of year. Turn it over to me.
He says it's good for me because you know your number has to be called. Talking about foul weather and also fourth quarters. They're going to hand them the ball. They're going to play smash mouth football if they can.
Last week in a tough football game, the Bills defense was on the field against New England for 19 straight plays. New England right down the field.
Quinn deep ball, Braylon Edwards went up to get it in the air, and that's incomplete. Good coverage by Terrence McGee as he and Edwards hit the ground. McGee, who did a nice job on Randy Moss against the Patriots. Moss caught 5 balls only for 53 yards. He's been drawing some big assignments.
Yeah, Terrence McGee's becoming a real special corner right here. Does a really good job just forcing Braylon Edwards to the sideline, giving a very small window for Brady Quinn to throw the football into.
Are you surprised, given the time, that they threw that pass instead of just handing the ball off?
Yes, I am surprised. Yes, a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
Second series in a row that they threw on second down. Now 3rd and 7 again. Just made one of these. For Edwards. Couldn't get it. Blanketed by McGee. Hit him in the hands, but a tough one. Roscoe Parrish goes back for a punt on 4th down.
However, Terrence McGee was able to sit on that route because he had help over the top from Co Simpson. You know, that really is the key. It looks like you got man-to-man, but he kind of plays it on his hip. Because he's got help over the top, he can undercut that route and hang on that back hip as you call tailgating, as you see number 30, Co Simpson, behind Terrence Newman. So he could gamble a little bit.
Pro Bowl receiver, tough, important down. You got to catch that, too. Zastudil, the punt.
That's a return.
49 yards. Roscoe Parrish in the 18 looking to set up. Block's got a wall on that side. There goes Roscoe Parrish out at midfield, and the Bills will give Edwards good field position with 2 timeouts and 5:13 remaining in regulation.
Obviously, I'm not going to try and sound like an expert, but didn't they give them the opportunity? Didn't by throwing that first pass, forcing Quinn to throw a second pass, they give them the opportunity to give the Bills the ball?
Well, you also, if you complete the second down throw, you keep the chains moving. You got to take the risk. There's no guarantee in any play that you call that it's going to be successful. Hindsight's easy. When you have access to the results, you can easily say wrong call. Coaches have to call the play before they have access to the results. Jim Kelly excited about this.
Only a net of 15 yards with that nice return. Special teams going a long way to keep the Bills in the game. Marshawn Lynch, one of his most productive nights in the NFL, runs it for about 3 yards. The Browns at 3-6. They've lost as many games as they lost all of last year. They're trying to save a season here with a victory for Romeo Crennel, embattled in some ways this year. On the other side, Buffalo opened 4-0, 5-1. Dick Duran's team, a little bit of a darling in the first month of the season, but they lost 3 in a row in the division. They have 4 other teams battling for the wild card at the moment at 6-4. They have to win to be part of that 6-4 group when they go to sleep tonight. So an important 4.5 here for the Bills. 3-man rush. They cover with 8. Edwards hits Steve Johnson, rookie out of Kentucky. Didn't catch a pass until tonight. He's got 3. They've got a first down. And you see Edwards has been in this position, and only Manning and Favre have done this as much fourth quarter game-winning or tying game-winning drives in the last year and a half.
He's got 3 this year. 3 of the 5 of this year.
Well, he's had a forgettable night, but he can save it with a touchdown-winning drive here.
Everybody over to the left side here. Lynch seeking holes up the middle. And the Bills, part of the story tonight will be, and I know they struggled in the passing game, they have been able to run the ball inside a little bit more than the last 3 games.
Well, for the Bills, that's very important because they've had to rely on the running game to keep them in this football game. You know, to a certain degree, you look at the play calling tonight, Turk Schonert had to hide his quarterback after that first quarter. They have counted on the running game. The running game has kept them into this football, game.
Schonert, the offensive coordinator, former Bengals backup quarterback. Hard running down here with Lynch. Bounces off Shaun Rogers' tackle. Keeps his feet going and keeps going. Marshawn Lynch to the goal line. First and goal at the 1. What a run.
That is a powerful run by Marshawn Lynch. Shaun Rogers tried to arm tackle him, could not do it. That was relentless running by Marshawn Lynch. It was great will, breaking off tackles, pushing the pile, fighting for every extra yard, and once again, sloppy tackling by the Browns defense.
You mentioned the running before. They had 3.6 yards a carry all season, number 29 in the league, 90 yards rushing, number 28 in the league. If Marshawn Lynch carries it in from here, they've had the best running night all year. That's been the weakness. That's why Trent Edwards' passing's been bad.
Timeout, Buffalo. So often we see after long plays that clock resets at 40. Teams are hanging out trying to figure out what to do. Do they challenge that to see if it's by the goal line instead of having a play ready? And Buffalo has to burn their second timeout here in the fourth quarter.
Get up there, get a play ready. The Browns defense is sucking wind right now. Get up there, get your heavy people, your goal line people out there. Get ready to go. Now you've given a couple of minutes to the Browns defense. You know, their heavies out there right now. You can see, look at Shaun Rogers. Look at everybody. Get out there and run a play after him. Don't call a timeout.
From that end zone angle, I think you saw Lynch's knee came down before he was able to reach down with the ball. So he was short of the goal line, and it was a good choice not to challenge there, but the blown timeout kind of erases some of that. So first and goal inside the 1. The Bills looking to take the lead with a touchdown and an extra point. Corey McIntyre's the fullback. Lynch has had 30 touches tonight. Edwards keeping. No signal yet. Looks like he's right there. They got to see physical evidence. He's in. Touchdown, Buffalo. First rushing touchdown of Trent Edwards' career on a game he probably would like to forget. A moment to remember, depending on what happens in the last 2:25. Now the crucial extra point, as you see Preston in the offensive line with the surge to lead him in. Out of the snap of Ryan Neal and the hold of Brian Moorman. Ryan Lindell just gets it through. The on-rushing Shaun Rogers for the first time tonight. The Bills lead. Brady Quinn. And now, like last week, your defense couldn't stop him, and the game's on your arm.
It's up to the quarterback. That's why you get the big money. That's why you're the star. Situations like this is when stars are made. Can Brady Quinn get it done?
That's right. Brady Quinn 3 times in college beat Trent Edwards. Let's see if he can beat him a 4th time. Let's see.
That's behind big old Seth McKinney. The offensive lineman is Josh Cribbs. He's not hiding from the Bills. They tried a pop-up kick earlier and gave up field position. This time, see if Bobby April's guys can cover it. Cribbs from the 8. Got an opening there, and Cribbs is brought down. A good job by John Wendling, and Teddy Lehman just signed to make the tackle. They blew the 14-point lead at home to Baltimore a couple of weeks ago. Last game, 11 nights ago now, blew the 13-point lead to Denver. Tonight, up 13-0 early on, 9:52 mark of the second quarter, and they now trail. And the historic perspective, going back to the history of the NFL, no team has blown 3 consecutive games after leading by 13 or more, and they have to erase this one on the road. From the 33, pressure, Quinn throws to the sideline, caught by Edwards. Braylon has 8 grabs tonight, over 100 yards, out to the 45, first down. Full complement of timeouts, Cleveland.
Excellent throw by Brady Quinn. There was pressure around him. He hung in the pocket, delivered the football to Braylon Edwards. Right now, he only needs about 15 yards to get in field goal range. I was watching Phil Dawson in warm-up. He was hitting about 59, 60 yards. So clearly, they can get this ball around the 40. They are in field goal range. Not what Bills fans want to hear based on what happened last year against Dallas.
The 45, Marcus Stroud, the pressure right in Quinn's face. Stroud has had an outstanding game out of Jacksonville, moved over to the Bills this year.
I'll tell you what Brady Quinn said to us the other day. He said, I feel like I'm talented enough to win every game I play in, so I have no problem taking the blame for everything. He puts these games on his shoulders. He did it at Notre Dame. He wanted to do it in the pros. He's got the chance to do it in the pros. There will be no excuses from Quinn if the Browns fail to win this game.
2nd and 10, pressure off the corner. Quinn able to move in the pocket and throw complete to Winslow for the first down at the 39-yard line. And at the 2-minute warning, 16 big yards there.
And Reggie Corner comes off the corner on a blitz. Brady Quinn avoids it, and a big completion downfield.
America's biggest automobile company and its dealers want to help get you the loan you need. It's General Motors financing that fits, offering access to millions of dollars and hundreds of lenders to help get you behind the wheel. It's our way of putting you and America in the driver's seat. During the Red Tag event, the price on the tag is the price you pay. Get a G6 for $19,528 for a total value of $3,057. See your local Buick, Pontiac, GMC dealer.
Whoa. It has no keyboard. And then, did it just click? You've never clicked a screen before. Is that supposed to happen? Is it supposed to feel so right? It feels like a keyboard, just no keys. What kind of mad genius is behind this? Oh, right.
America's largest 3G network introduces the world's first touchscreen BlackBerry. Only from Verizon Wireless.
I can make this dollar bill grow so huge, it'll weigh over 1 pound. Boom! It's huge. Pizzone for only $1.
Save me a bundle.
Right now, get a Pizzone for $1 when you buy any large pizza. Only from Pizza Hut.
WALL-E is the #1 animated movie of the year. Catch it on DVD and Blu-ray. With Bernie, the all-new short film. Disney Pixar's WALL-E, only on DVD and Blu-ray this Tuesday.
Susie Colbert here. Coming up next on the GMC Sierra postgame show, Emmett Smith and Merrill Hodge join me to break down the game. Plus, Donovan McNabb on the tie and a controversial finish in Pittsburgh. Mike, that's after a great finish.
Okay, Suze, thank you. We had one on a Monday night here last year against Dallas. Nick Folk hit a 53-yard field goal going in this direction. What a catch by Kellen Winslow as Paul Posluszny drives him to the ground after that gain, and Winslow's shoulder was bothering him during the break, and you can see the anguish. Winslow not on the field here. 3 timeouts for Cleveland. Buffalo only has 1. From the 39, Quinn throws, almost intercepted, and it comes down incomplete. Leotis McKelvin, who has the kickoff return for touchdown, almost had a pick. Remember, Quinn has not thrown an NFL interception in his really 2 full games of action now.
Well, this is a tough throw. It's from the far hash to the sideline. Brady Quinn puts a lot of mustard on this one, but McKelvin does a really good job of undercutting the route of Stallworth. Does a terrific job. Almost makes the interception.
And then it stayed up. It never did hit the ground. It almost became a pick as corner was coming over. This dotted line that you saw when you saw the wide shot is the long field goal range for Dawson. So they're about 5 yards out of Dawson's longest field goal range of the year. Quinn throws with Winslow back in, covered by Brian Scott, incomplete. And we're going to have 3rd down coming up.
All right, now Brady Quinn is in a situation where he's got to be real careful. He can get that 5 or 6 yards, Mike, and make this an opportunity for a field goal. Or he could be aggressive, try to get the 1st down, move it closer. You got to be very careful with the football here. You prefer to get the 1st down, but if it doesn't open up down the field, don't be afraid to think field goal. It'll be a long one, but at least you give yourself a chance to win.
With a helping wind, the field goal attempt would come. 3rd down. Bills bringing pressure. Picked up. Quinn throwing. Edwards goes up in the air. Can't make a play. We'll have 4th down, and now we'll have, with the wind, a 56-yard field goal attempt by Phil Dawson. Always a long leg when he played in college at Texas. He's hit a 54-yarder this year. He's hit a couple of 50-yarders. Now, pregame, he nails this one again with no pass rush from 53. I will tell you that the wind, which can swirl in this stadium, is coming left to right, so it's at his back, but it is not as direct left to right as it was earlier on in the game.
Mike, he was making them from 59 to 60 in pregame. He's got the leg to get it there.
56-yarder for the lead. On line, long enough. Yes, good from 56. Phil Dawson.
Where was it from last year when the Dallas team won?
53 twice.
Can you get beat on 2 Monday night home games in 2 years on impossibly long field goals?
Well, 51 isn't necessarily impossible. This was a low line kick. Well, not real low if you look at it from that angle, but this one was just stroked beautifully down the middle. Cleared the bar by probably maybe a yard or 2.
Remember, the Cleveland Browns franchise moved to Baltimore, and then they kept the name. As you look at Romeo Crennel, and you know what it's been like for him.
He pulled a hamstring.
With all the issues over the last couple of weeks.
Wherefore art thou Romeo?
And Brady Quinn, who's hopeful that he can get his first win. Phil Dawson, guys, when the Cleveland Browns came back into the NFL, he was there with the team. As a matter of fact, for that very first game when they came back. But he didn't play in that game. You see Marcus Stroud just
barely missed it.
That was a low kick. I'm telling you, Marcus Stroud had good penetration. Now the question is, do you kick it to McKelvin? He's brought one back. He's been close on every single one where he's had the opportunity to return it.
Ryan Lindell has a strong leg as well. He would be kicking a field goal into the wind. And remember that timeout the Bills blew a few moments ago? Well, first of all, here's a bouncing kick that will come on the bounce to Frank Jackson. They're going to get good field position. Jackson will take it to the 44-yard line. I would say 26 yards to give Lindell a 47-yard attempt. So 26 yards with one timeout in 93 seconds is very doable.
Oh, no question. You're looking at Mike gaining about 26 yards. 26 yards. At least get a good field goal opportunity. It's $1:33 to go. You have a timeout. That's an eternity.
You'll notice, Jaws, that unlike last week, I have not declared this game over.
Please,
because I learned a lesson.
We're going to throw you out of the booth.
Remember, guys, we talked about all the Bills that were not out there in terms of the secondary. Sean Jones, who started at safety, is out for Cleveland.
Edwards can be patient here. He doesn't have to get it all in one shot.
From the 44-yard line, looking downfield, strike. Tight end Robert Royal right on the edge of field goal range at the 34 with $1:24 to go.
All right, that was a laser. That's the kind of throw you have to make if you're going to win football games. He got back, he read the coverage, knew he had the matchup on a linebacker, and he stroked it in there. That's what you have to do. You'll see there, this is a really good throw. Really good throw to Robert Royal.
Field goal from here is 51 yards. It's 1st and 10 Buffalo with one timeout. They have time to run. They will with Lynch. Only for a yard to the right side. We're going to get a timeout taken by Cleveland. Is that right? Cleveland's going to take a timeout. They're trying to preserve an opportunity to get the ball back. If they can stop the Bills on this drive with 56 seconds left, 2 timeouts left for the Browns. Ryan Lindell, 53-yard kick in warm-ups, and this was going in this direction.
Into the wind.
That one was going in the direction where they're going.
That's
correct. Yes.
Quinn's sitting on the sidelines thinking to himself, I went through this last week. I left the field when we were winning. Don't want to have to go through this again.
Well, Brady made some plays to get him in field goal position. If they lose that game, you're not going to put it on him. He did an excellent job of avoiding.
I'm not putting it on him. I'm saying it becomes deja vu for the kid.
Right. Just want to point out, you saw the flags up above the stadium. That opening after those flags and on down to the field, the wind does come in here and swirls. The flags up top are not always the great indicator of which way the wind is blowing. Maybe a little bit less down at field level.
Although it has calmed down, but I still think right now Trent Edwards still in control. Doesn't need to fight it all off right here.
From the 32, Marshawn Lynch got past the diving Sean Rogers. Gets 2 to the 30. Cleveland's going to take another timeout with 49 seconds left. Each team with 1 timeout. The Bills are facing 3rd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and this is good clock management by Romeo Crennel right now. He understands, hey, if Buffalo kicks this field goal, there's going to be an opportunity to get the ball back. So save as much time as you can.
Save yourself an opportunity to win the game. In the AFC, Tennessee and the Jets play on Sunday early in Nashville. Pittsburgh with their big win yesterday. Denver now 2 up in the West. Those are the division leaders. The wild card story, Indianapolis, Baltimore, and Miami and New England in the division with victories over the Bills at 6 and 4. That's why for Buffalo's postseason hopes at Kansas City and San Francisco next on the schedule, an essential game with 49 seconds left down 2.
All right, does Buffalo try to settle for a 47-yard field goal to win it or gain a few more yards? I believe they'll take the conservative approach to set up a long field goal.
3rd and 6, right back to Lynch, bouncing it to the outside. Try to stay in bounds, too, and force the Browns to use that final timeout. So from here, it's going to be a 45-yard field goal attempt for Lindell. Ryan Lindell out of Washington State. You know, guys, you think back, Scott Norwood is always remembered for the wide right in Super Bowl 25. He was a very good kicker up here for many years for Buffalo, save that moment. Steve Christie followed him here. And now Lindell. They've had 3 very good kickers in the toughest place to kick in all likelihood in the NFL, right up there with Green Bay. Maybe the way the stadium's constructed, even tougher for the wind. Lindell has done this plenty of times, home and road, and now has an opportunity to answer the Dawson field goal of a moment ago.
You do, though, bring up the name, you bring up the notion of wide right, and all kicks like this in Buffalo are probably in the backs of people's minds associated with that, with Scott Norwood.
This is that same distance. It'll be officially a 47-yard attempt out of Neal's snap and Mormon's hold. Lindell for the lead. Leaking right. No good. Wide right. Buffalo with 1 timeout left. So Cleveland only needs to take a knee after a couple of snaps. And Jim Kelly has seen a 47-yard field goal missed that way before.
Perfect snap. Excellent hold by Brian Moorman. Lindell leaves it out just slightly to the right. It doesn't hook back in. Those are the infamous words here in Buffalo, wide right.
These 2 kickers, 7 for 7 on the night to that point. Dawson kicked the field goal to put them ahead. That Dawson field goal was officially 55 yards, I believe. I'm trying to double check. It was 55 or 56, that game winner. The Bills take their final timeout. So Buffalo will fall to 5 and 5 and go to Kansas City next week. And as you saw those standings there go by a moment ago, they have a huge mountain to climb in the AFC. And Romeo Crennel's team Just put us on Monday nights. They've got 4 wins, 2 on Mondays, and they think we see in Philadelphia in December.
Luckily for them, they've got one more. They can go 3-0 on Monday night.
Go back. That was officially a 56-yard field goal that was made.
To get beat 2 years in a row in a similar circumstance by a 53 and a 56-yard field goal is cruel fate for the Buffalo Bills.
One more snap, and Brady Quinn will have his first victory as a National Football League quarterback. And the Cleveland Browns move to 4-6. The Bills are 5-5. And through all the swirling of 10 days of talk of, did you guys quit? Are you blowing leads? Are you going to blow a third straight 13-point lead that's never happened in NFL history? The Browns, with a missed field goal, say no. (29-27), our final score in Orchard Park tonight. Sports Center is next. Susie Colbert, Merrill Hodge, and Emmett Smith take it to the field over here in the left end zone. The full recap and post-game coverage here with Tony Kornheiser, Ron Jaworski, Michelle Tafoya, our great Monday Night Football crew, Mike Black and Marty Aronoff helping us out in the booth. Mike Tirico, good night from Buffalo. See you a week from tonight for the Packers and the Saints.
See you next week in New Orleans.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the GMC Sierra post-game report from Ralph Wilson Stadium, the Battle of Lake Erie on a cold night in Buffalo. This one won by a squeaker by the Browns, 29-27. Susie Colbert, Merrill Hodge, Emmett Smith. Wow.
You know what? Sometimes they can be ugly, Susie, but a win is a win for Cleveland.
Oh, this one had lots of highlights, but we're going to pick it up. Browns up 13-10 at the half. Third quarter, Bills inside the Browns 30, already with 3 turnovers. And Fred Jackson takes the handoff, rushes it, ball comes loose. Atava Rubin recovers for the Browns. Emmett, take another look at this.
As you can see, this is extra effort. This is what a running back tries to do, but in this situation, this is something that you should not try to do when you're in traffic.
Or turnover for the Bills later in the third. Bills down 16-10, trying to get something going. 3rd and 9, Trent Edwards dumps to Marshawn Lynch, Merrill.
Well, I love it when a quarterback will check the ball down to his backs. Why? Because they're the best runners on the field, and they get yards for him. Marshawn Lynch did a lot of that tonight.
Later in the drive, 2nd and 10, Lynch takes the handoff and gains 14 yards to the 20. That would lead to a Bills field goal. Bills down 16-13, and off we go to the 4th. First play of the 4th. Bills ball on the 18. Jerome Harrison, he's been lobbying for playing time, and here's why.
And he is their most explosive back, and he's the one guy that gives them that dynamic feature. I think you'll see more and more of him throughout the rest of the season.
Browns go up 23-13. Ensuing kickoff. Leotis McKelvin takes it and takes it all the way.
Special teams played a big part for the Buffalo Bills tonight. It kept them in the game, gave them great field position the whole night. And here, it paid off for them at the end. They got a touchdown.
Later in the 4th, Browns up 26-20 on their own 20. Brady Quinn is going to see pressure. And watch what happens. Throws the ball in the air. Bill safety Coach Simpson makes the diving interception. The play is challenged.
Right, and without replay, you're going the other way, but the replay would show the ball clearly hits the ground.
Yeah, here, take another look. Simpson dives, appears to make the interception, but the ball hits the ground first. Play is reversed, so the Browns still have the ball.
Brown can't cause a fumble, but it can't help you get it with an interception either.
So could the Browns capitalize? Big 3rd and 7 on their own 33. Quinn's pass dropped by Braylon Edwards. Had a lot of issues with drops. And take another look at this one. Edwards just can't make the big first down catch.
Obviously, Braylon Edwards, his confidence with catching the football is a struggle, but those are the kind of catches the Browns need in order to move offensively in a better way. And you talked about the factor back rolling here. Marshawn Lynch, physical, nasty, getting it all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, later on the drive, Trent Edwards sneaks up the middle, his first rushing touchdown. Right near the goal line, refs run in, check the spot, and Emmett, what do they signal?
Touchdown. To me, this right here was a confidence builder for Trent Edwards because he had been tonight, and this is the way to reward your young quarterback when he's struggling.
Browns ensuing possession. Third down on the Bills 39. Brady Quinn throws toward Edwards. Can't make the big catch again.
I tell you what, Terrence McGee played great coverage on Brady Edwards the whole entire night.
Phil Dawson, 56 yards, 5 for 5 and field goals on the night, and the Browns go up 29-27. Bills' next possession on their own 44. Trent Edwards. The nice pass to Robert Boyle for 22 yards. They're still in it.
And you know you needed one big throw in this drive, Susie, to give yourself an opportunity, and Trent Edwards made it.
And here's the opportunity for the Bills. Ryan Lindell, 47 yards for the win. Wide right. Infamous words in Buffalo. Wide right. And the Browns